Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience here. We are now straight into the game here. Map number 1, of course, it is going to be Inferno here, picked up by the Huns. So very keen to see what we're going to have in front of us right now. Again, this game could really kind of go anywhere, right?
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Of course, big old staple Inferno map, once upon a time, the big old decider. But we'll start off with this one. Have a good firm handshake on what these teams are going to elect to do. Early banana control already for Envision, just Starry, kind of stretched on out elsewhere. Actually, Zaka by the looks of the numbers on the radar, actually.
Get that done. Little wander over. But just holding on to that position down from top Nana right now. Zeralt just having a watch, seeing if anything will pop up his way. A couple of warning shots. Now as they do start to try and burst their way through. Smoke down towards CT. And they... Nice little flash over the top for the basic protocols as well. But that's a great shot from Zeralt already.
Big wrap going to come around from the Huns here too. So if Zeralt wants some more, he can try and find a little bit of a display around it.
Bomb going to get planted already. That massive flank as well. And on the return, it will be Bartak getting that opening here. Trying to find some more. We'll pick up the second. Vetchill to get taken down in the end there. Now westmelon trying to dive a little bit further in towards construction there. He should be able to hear the footsteps of Zeralt, and he will get taken. So not a bad response there. Sue also getting another, but now it's onto westmelon and Bartak into the clutch together. Bartak just going to get straight onto that defuse. Obviously doesn't have a kit. Not going to be able to do it in full, and in the end it is going to be westmelon, the captain, taking the team across the line, and Lynn Vision opening up nicely with their first.
Yeah, there you go. That's a 2 versus 4 at the end of that one to be able to pull through too. So you really wanted to see a great delivery from westmelon and Call Me Sue at the end of that one. You know, I was looking at it, and the shots earlier from Zeralt coming in as well, from Bartak finding 3 around the bomb site. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you got no kit, you know what they say. Well, he had a clue, but it just wasn't on his side, unfortunately, at that one. It's going to be the force-up, of course, for Lynn Vision here, picking up that first pistol rounds. Just these rounds, you're not trying to drop any weaponry, trying to see any tendencies of the Huns, of course. It's great stuff for Lynn Vision when you do consider it is the map pick of their opponents. They want to stretch out a nice T-sided start. Pistol round, rather, is, you know, always going to be important, Mitch, especially now that we've had a firm seating in the MR13. A lot of these teams we've seen, you know, pistol and second round actually have a lot more you know, reliance upon gathering those for any sort of comebacks in the second half or any sort of good stretched starts.
Always going to be so interesting to watch it develop over time, but that's actually some really good damage there from Zeralt and Bartak. Wow. And early too. Starry now just trying to pick up the pieces here. He will be able to march down 3 though, nice and easily. I mean, look, Cobra has managed to push him back, so in a very awkward 2-on-2 position here. Cobra actually dropping down into second mid. Sue able to catch him there, so a little bit unlucky there for the Huns. They put in a good effort, but yeah, not going to happen just yet. So Emilia is going to be able to get that bomb planted. Another smoke down towards CT. Dotting their T's, crossing their I's. I even did it the other way this time.
Yeah, I normally say it that way. It's always good fun. But important that Lynn Vision do stabilize after, you know, the full investment in towards the secondary round. You're seeing Galils, you're seeing an AK purchased up. And what were the 2 guns that actually got dropped down at bottom mid? It was an AK and it was a Galil at long range, where you think they would have advantage. So a bit of a strange start in the beginning of this round for them, but they will look to close it down anyways. And I mean, Zeralt just look for an exit here if he possibly can, or look to pilfer a Galil into the next round. I don't know if Sue spotted that. And he loses
pretty
his life
good
too.
Damage, yeah, if he's not careful here. Emilia able to live on, so not a bad result, I suppose, in the end. But like, again, you know, you don't exactly want to be in a position where you only have a single AK to take into that round when you've just gone up against USPs only. So a little bit disappointing, I guess, on the side of Lynn Vision. But overall, the Huns, they've been able to pick it back up. And guys, if it's not obvious, obviously we are just trying to fix that audio on the game. It's always fun to try and walk it in when you've got no sound. But I suppose at the end of the day, that's what does happen from here to here. So yeah, good opening from Lynn Vision. But I think there is certainly more that they can do here if they want to look like they're going to take away a pretty convincing win.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, you'd always want to start off with a good 2-0, for example, in a best of 3 environment in a double elim bracket. Specifically when, you know, you're a team that has having some roster changes coming into this. You know, you're not playing as much as some of the other teams as well, the likes of Atox, for example, right now. I think the boldness for Lynn Vision and in this series is, you know, we've already seen series where they're very familiar with the Huns, right, Mitch? So it's not like they're going into territory that they're not familiar with. They've been playing them in best of ones. They've been playing these same maps against them. They've been getting good victories. They've been taking close losses. But we do get back into it. Very rapid, quick. And there will be the buy present for both of these teams. So, you know, at least afforded enough for Lynn Vision in the coffers that they can go at this round with everything that they possibly could need, right? There's only just 2 Galils down. Everyone's got the utility.
Perfectly done. Now a little bit of offense straight out. Sue will be taken down low with that nade early on. But they do have a little bit of control already up forward. Cobra has been tagged up quite heavily as well. It's just Zeralt to try and take point, get that additional nade down. Should hurt very well. Yes, there it is. That's Sue, the early damage found. And Cobra also getting one back onto Amelia. So they're paying in really, really rough for Lynn Vision here, you know, after taking that early damage. And it's just been a barrage of utility. Look at them pushing all the way down. Westmelon actually getting forced to his death as well, Komodo. So unfortunately for Zaka and Starry, they are just cruising on their lonesome. And for Chill, just taking point in the end of apartments.
Well, it's good to see with all of its history, Inferno hasn't changed with the beginning 30 seconds of a banana control fight. Always one of those things previously where, you know, you keep your CT economy in check and you don't have a lot of utility on their side. They can lose banana control pretty quickly and the T's can run away with this map. So we'll see if there's going to be any changes up from Lynn Vision's side after this round, because a 2 versus 5 with bare utility, very difficult.
Okay. Straight down. 35 seconds. Not really a hell of a lot of time for Zaka to try and make this work. And in the end, it does go down very quickly. So 5 alive for the Huns. A pretty happy sort of response round here, Komodo. Not bad at all to kind of get their feet on the ground nice and early. We talk about MR12, how it happens so fast. And the economic woes that can be felt by the CTs, especially on maps like this in Inferno, always makes it tricky.
I mean, we already saw a big good bowling in Banana, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Lynn Vision don't want nothing of it and decide to go for a bit of a crawl up through second mid, or if they want to go into apartments where the Tech 9s can certainly get some great damage out early on. It is going to be the earlier of the statements as well, up through second mid at the moment. Bit of early utility, and you do just have to be careful with 9. Great incendiary placement.
Nicely done. Trying to sort of force their way back, and they do manage to get into the deeper part of apartments, but at the end of the day, that smoke will keep them at bay, so not really walking away with too much control. And I mean, 4 here from the Huns, it's going to certainly be a toughie for Lynn Vision to overwhelm. So I think the Huns are going to be nice and happy with this one, but they just need to make sure that they don't lose too much more.
Yeah, absolutely. Another round where you're surviving with 4 or 5 members, in this case, what might be very possible. Certainly extends yourselves out a little bit nicely towards the later side of the half, or the mid side of the half. This was that force up as well from Lynn Vision, don't forget. So they'll be on the back of the loss bonus. Nice shot to come out from Bartak, but again, you know, you really are just kind of waiting for the ultimate conclusion in this round, right? Sue, Starry, maybe they're good for 1 kill. Maybe they're good for 2 kills and a B site plant. But apart from that, shouldn't be anything too scary here.
Utility over the top to try and give themselves some extra space, but once again, you know, Bartak really creeping around into pool, and they have actually separated themselves. Well done, though, in the end from Cobra to find it. I don't really think, despite the powerful position from Sue, they should be well and truly aware of it. They did manage to just narrowly miss, but in the end, it will be Bartak to find it. So well done again from the Huns. 5 alive, massive rounds back to back. And Lynn Vision, obviously, they're not going to be buying just yet, so it should very well be Huns taking the lead.
Yeah, and these are the sort of situations that I want to just see some dominance from a CT side as well, right? When you're up against the pistols, you're starting to equalize the scoreline. You did great damage earlier on in the map when you just had your little pistols as well against that second round of Lynn Vision. You're building up a lot of your economy. You're playing on the back of this standard protocols as well, because you don't need to play deep in towards your strat book in a round such as this. I do also want to just make note that I want to see, you know, another kit or 2 in the next round from the Huns to make sure there's no retake shenanigans that go a little bit haywire.
Just the basic fundamentals, hey? That's all you really sort of need. But so far, again, it's relatively good. I have liked the active rotations that we're seeing already so far from the Huns, the double up in Diggity here. They're very, very happy to kind of take point down Nana as well. So, again, you know, this round should just be a throwaway. Not really much to think of. Just want to avoid as much damage as possible. 9 obviously taken a little bit low, but he's now boosted up on to roof. So you can just sit there on balcony and wait. Gonna
definitely is just the middle of the round that we do wait, isn't it? And then there's a good crossfire at the end from Bartak, and it's actually all Bartak as 9 falls away. So, had some good old stats for him. 10 kills already on the trot, but this is finally Mitch where we'll actually get the big old weaponry back for Lynn Vision. No boomstick, though, over on that T side. I'm kind of interested to see when the Huns are going to bring it out, if at all, because, I mean, so far, it doesn't really feel like that Lynn Vision have pushed the issue so far in the distance game to require an AWP just yet.
No need, right? Don't need to overinvest in that position. You've got above 7.5k pretty much for everyone. So, not bad at all. Just that basic utility now from the bottom of Nana. Trying to trade it all through. I like that nade down mid as well for Chill. Happy to take point very aggressively. He does have the teammate support there as well from 9.
It was actually a good jump spot in apartments to get info, confirm that there was something happening in second mid, so you don't want to get steamrolled by 2 positions, though that's a little bit overeager from Cobra in towards Banana.
Yeah, doing that solo as well, leaving Zeralt back on site by himself. Now you have to pull the rotation, and that's the danger territory on a map like Inferno. How much pull? It's similar to, you know, your Ancient, where if you're rotating constantly, it just shuts you out of the map.
Wouldn't actually mind a reflash to come on through from them. Bartak has one, but they're going to get set up for a bit more forward. It's a HE grenade instead, and he can't get the trade.
And that's 1 by 1 by 1, right? You know, the classic failure, and the fact that you've even got the amount of players here is kind of crazy. 9 does manage to respond with one quick one, but the chill actually found by Starry at the exact same merit too. So 9 has to rotate all the way around, and look at this level of separation. Starry straight into library, and unless he overextends here, which you probably shouldn't be doing. Oh, Starry, that was bold, my friend. But thankfully it was beautiful too. So a headshot ripped off, and Starry getting it done for the team.
That's just A1S things at the end of the day there, isn't it? If that's the AK, the good job gets done, and then you're in a 1 versus 2. Maybe there's some chip damage in the mix, but you kind of hit the nail on the head a little bit earlier on. It was individual peaks by the Huns with not really too much setup of utility. Bartak uses a HE grenade at that re-aggression down Banana instead of a potential flashbang to pop in and get a good double kill, maybe. But hey, you know, now they have to play on the back of that round loss. They do bring out the AWP this time on 9, and he's going to be positioning that one at the Banana location hold for a bit more aggression of the Huns there this time. Again, just a lot of flames exchanged over there. That's 4 incendiaries from the Huns already invested.
Yeah, wow, damage. Found back, though, immediately. Amelia can find that additional, and 9 also taken low. That's that AWP that you're talking about, forced off the line. They do reflash, though, to try and engage again. Westmelon obviously quite low too. So not a bad position to be in still. 2 members of the Huns here. Again, it's that just minor level of separation where you pull 1 member away. Now Vachil has to peek on in. Does manage to walk away with 1. Su, Zaka taken very, very low, but the damage has been dealt. Su does pick up another 9 on the cross. Tries to get something done. And Cobra is here. Again, Amelia, Su low, but... oh man, you know, it's just that position that you don't want to be in, and what some of the biggest challenges facing through on Inferno are. But he's going to go for it here. Does start to walk his way through, but in the end, it's going to be Starry getting the spray through the smoke. So well done, Huns. Do some damage, but Lynn Vision continue to hold on to the steering of the ship.
I'm looking at that AWP that was at the floor that 9's corpse dropped, and I'm thinking to myself how tantalizing that must be to just grab and save for the next round, right? They do manage their finances where they can get another one out, but it's a 1 versus 3 at the end of the day there. You're kind of incentivized to go for that when you do get that first pick through the smoke. And a little bit unfortunate, actually, in the beginning of the round from the Huns, because I feel like they really didn't get a read on what Lynn Vision were doing. 2 Molotovs invested down Banana with a lot of HE grenades, and there was 2 at the top of mid invested from them as well. So Lynn Vision is already putting pressure on the Huns around the map in its entirety to draw out all of this early utility. And now they're recognizing that as well. Lynn Vision can just wait, respect the smokes, let them fade. They know that they've got an economical advantage in this current point in time. Do they wonder, though, if there's a secondary AWP available? I think that's going to be a good secret in this round for the Huns.
Just buying some additional time. They've obviously invested very, very deep in towards Banana here. Cobra, quite low, though. Sure, we see does make it a little bit more challenging. That AWP has put its way back towards jungle side now, watching the top line of brackets, but already, you know, you've got Starry inside the apartments trying to work his way up now, and it's just going to be on to how long Zeralt can actually try and hold on to this position. The bomb is still postured over towards that B side.
Yeah, Cobra's got a flash ready, just popped. No spot, false sense of security. You don't want to overstay your welcome and go for this challenge. You do have an incendiary. that you can drop again if they do extend back in towards this B site. 40 seconds to go. And it looks like Lynn Vision want nothing of it. Maybe Zaka, or rather westmelon, wants to try and sell a bit of a fake here. It does draw another smoke out from the Huns. So the weaker side of A is going to be the intended target of Lynn Vision here.
Yeah, definitely so. But again, you've got already a hell of a lot of control here. You know, that AWP from 9 lining it up. Zaka, Starry taken low. Bartek does get punished by Call Me Sue, though. Call Me Sue! Oh my god. All members just completely dismantled Komodo. And this is the thing. This is the difference maker when you can play a confident and aggressive T side of this map. Great shot from Zeralt to get him back. But the money, it's just completely vaporized, right? All gone. Cobra Zero and Zeralt are going to have to try so hard to hold onto the weapons that they've got right now. And already they're sniffing, hunting to try and find them to the best of their ability, right? And why wouldn't you? You know you can destroy the economy even further.
It's just that stuck in the situation of a CT rotate, right? Where you've not got 100% confirmed information on what's going in through mid because you relinquish that. As soon as Nine's AWP goes away from jungle and he's rotating between the sites, that gives Lynn Vision so many gaps around the map to be able to exploit information, to path in towards a specific position. And when they recognize that they get banana for free and they are seeing extra utility dropped over at that B side as well, it can just be the 4-man assault over onto that alpha site and winning it cleanly as well. Great heads up play from Call Me Sue to just lead by example in that one. Drag the rest of the team with him. And Lynn Vision will hold a pretty standard lead right now, and they can even look to extend that, Mitch, because again, you're saying there's only 2 guns surviving from the Huns in towards this new round. They'll buy up a little bit extra. Maybe it'll even be a full buy up behind these 2 guns. That'll be assumed to be talked about during this timeout right now. So I'll be, kind of always interested to see as well what Coach NCL is going to be bringing into the mix for the Huns as well here. And also another thing, the FAMAS changes.
Yeah, definitely.
How much is that giving teams the want to buy a FAMAS nowadays?
Yeah, I need to see more, right? You know, it's one of those things when you first got the Galil change, it tempted a hell of a lot of people. You know, it's still such an important part of the meta now. So you're going to kind of hope that this does something to those second rounds or those third rounds. But again, you know, time will obviously tell. So it is that full investment deep in Bartek picking up the MP9. It's actually going to send it over towards Zeralt. So they are basically investing all the way down here to everything that they can. But is it going to pay dividends again? That's going to be the question. You know, again, team like Huns up alongside Atox, you know, it's like, who is that third team? Atox kind of takes that spot, but I think, you know, the Huns, Chingus Warriors, IHC, it's such a big question mark at this point in time. So opening pick, though, from Lynn Vision again. Zeralt goes down early and punished for a little bit of overstepping inside Banana again.
Yeah, we've seen the Huns airstrike down Banana a little bit already and find some damage on the Lynn Vision, right? Even through from top mid. So this time returning the favor. And you can settle a little bit. You've taken down one of the primary rifles of the Huns. More importantly, you've taken down a member that survived in the last round, right? So that's any retained utility gone as well.
Crazy sort of scenes.
Risky from Vachil here.
Wants to fight it. Does get the timing, and that's massive. The old Classico. The fact that he's got 2 here, Komodo. Getting away with murder, narrowly missing the third as well. Does get the damage on towards westmelon, but a massive risk from him, and that's kind of, you know, baited him as a mission there. Now 9 can walk down in towards Freezer, and Starry does get the trade. It's back to a 2-on-2, and now it's just going to be that separation as to where the bomb is. If Cobra Zero plays his timing right, he might be able to separate the awkward offense here. Molotov goes in towards the site, but again, Bartek on the flank. Bartek's position. Cobra not overlooked. The molly does tick onto him just a little bit, and there's westmelon making it work. Does get caught on the rotate around. Is he going to be able to do it? 20 seconds. It's, again, just about buying that time. Where's the duel going to come through? The fact that westmelon's got around, but he's got no bullets. And Cobra Zero, great clutch to come out from the man. And Huns get a run on the board.
Luckily enough, the risk does pay dividends for them. Going down after you lose an opening pick at the very beginning to that HE and just drive through a bottom Nana smoke with an MP9, finding not just 1, but 2 players. Even going past T stairs to get someone in unders. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Imagine if he got away with a third one. That would have been ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But a lifeline for the Huns on this CT side now. It doesn't balance their economy too hard, but it does give them a great fighting chance to equalize and maybe look to even take over the scoreline for the half.
Damage already dealt onto Amelia and Zaka, so that's a positive. And again, Zeralt, you know, that's that early utility that we were seeing at the start of this map before there was a bit of a resurgence from Lynn Vision. So, well done. Yeah. And now they take posturing again down towards Nana. It's just been a constant fight for this position.
Well, it's revenge at the beginning of this one too with that HE grenade. This time, Zeralt getting Amelia out of the round. So for the Huns, they'll take a little bit of a leg up in the beginning stages here, but are they going to be able to hold on to it? Because again, they don't have a lot of stalling ability, right? They've got Cobra with his utility. The rest is just of that assistive variety. Nina's Zeralt with a flash. Bartak has a HE. If I'm them, I'm just playing towards my crosshair at the moment. I'm kind of waiting to see what Lynn Vision are going to do with their smoke. So they're going to try and wrap jungle side, or they're wrapping diggity side. Some brackets control, at least for now. But some great little chip damage, yeah. Little bit by little bit.
Starry going low, and that's actually called the audible for them. They're going to pull away. Now it's going to be on to Cobra Zero to see what he can find. Again, he is alone on an island here. This is the problem with this level of aggression, right? And he has made the right call at the right time. He still does have the incendiary in hand. To get that down would be massive. Could buy some additional time. Even just the additional 10 seconds that can be found. He hasn't heard it. Footsteps now going through, but he's stuck on the line. No, not what you want to see at all. Now the rotation has to start to come through Komodo, and already they will have that site control. But how much can they find through the smoke here, the Huns?
And they're going to try and flash him through. They're going to blow open the smoke. Bartak is going to use that nade. Oh, they can't find anything on the back of it. And Sue finds Zeralt.
Yeah, this is massive so far, but they're all so low. Starry down to 9 HP as well. They make their way into church and they try to flush it around. Starry gets some further information, dropping in towards the pool here. But again, he just has to try and hold on for as much time as possible. Half tick now on at that bomb. Still finding time, and they are creeping away. They don't want any of it. They've pulled out the Huns. Oh no. They had the kit, but no utility just makes it so damn awkward. And all I can think about is, again, Cobra Zero just a little tiny bit too forward, and 2 left feet on the exit.
It's one of those things where that's why I mentioned the utility at the beginning of the round, isn't it? Meanwhile, 2 go up with a bomb. You can't really be using all that util of the Huns and then conceding control of a bomb site through Lynn Vision as well, because it's just that. That's exactly what happens. You're forced into submission. You're forced in towards a retake. The difference that Cobra has if he drops that CT molly over towards half wall instead, you know, I'm looking at the timing as well when he's going for the jiggles. I think it might have been Starry that got across. I'm not 100% sure on who it was, but somebody got across towards the car early enough for him to turn and second guess himself, and that's when he panic drops the molly and tries to escape, right? So it's just that little bit of timing that works to Lynn Vision's favor as well. This time, though, Cobra, another smooch with the MP9.
He is so bold, isn't he? The level of confidence this man has to keep on kicking. Amelia, though, does manage to find him through the smoke. And now Zeralt, a little bit of an awkward line. He only has the MP9 to try and fight from a distance here up at car. But he's made a bit of a mission forward. Nine's also picked up Starry. Inside second mid, this wander down. He's picked up 2. Zaka does get the trade out with the AK. But again, they are weakened so heavily. Amelia and Zaka have to do it all with not even a full player's HP between them.
And Vichil is in kind of a nice spot at the moment. Would you expect another person to be pushed all the way through to T-Apps right now?
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
Not at all. Amelia has to do it all.
Did he see the shadow?
Now.
I think he might have seen just the shadow. They're walking down Banana at the moment, or rather running down Banana. So I think they've locked Amelia in. Yeah, good trade. They 100% knew it was there. Good on them.
Well played. It certainly looked like they were questioning it for a second, right? But they assumed that the buddy system was in play, and they were correct. So Lynn Vision are actually battling with some of the economic woes, right? You know, the Huns did have to buy all the way down, but they managed to just hold on. They haven't really had to deal with an eco here, and now as there's 1 round the difference, Komodo. My God, Lynn Vision, they started off so potentially strong, but they've fumbled it a little bit.
And it's when they see the finish line in sight, at least for the first half, right? This is the last round of it. So you got to go in with what you can as Lynn Vision. Old Fabled Rush B attempt to maybe even draw a bit of a fake, draw out more utility of the CTs. I'd absolutely love to see that at the moment for Lynn Vision's sake. But I'm looking radar, and Cobra's not really drawing too much out. So Roll's going to fall on back as well. So the idea is that this is going to be a bit of a wrap towards the A side for Lynn Vision. If that's where they decide to end it, look at it. It's 4 players already towards the A side. This is a great read from the Huns, who understand what their opponents do with all the times they've played them when there's a last round, half buy, eco buy, what have you. And great just map control as a CT team.
It's a slow peek now from Vichil. Looking to see if he can get that Molotov down. He waits. And he will get it down at the perfect time. So that's going to park it at the very least. But he needs to be careful that he doesn't overstep. This is a good read so far from the Huns, Komodo. They do have time to make this work. They do have time to deny. They've slowed the offense, Lynn Vision.
They're setting up for the bust now with the flash over.
Utility now out. And unfortunately for... okay, never mind. I was going to say unfortunately for Chill, but it's actually unfortunate for Lynn Vision. They managed to tie up the scoreline 6-6. Nice half return for the Huns. Thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We are returning again into the depths of Inferno. It's an interesting half that we had in the end. Tied up scoreline 6-6 between the Huns and Lynn Vision Komodo. And yeah, it all comes from the back of some kind of unorthodox aggression, I guess you could say, from the Huns in the end there. You know, some control down second mid. They were really, really well contesting Banana at the start and then the end of that half. In the middle, Lynn Vision definitely had their sort of angle a little bit, but they recovered very well.
I think the biggest thing for the Huns is they took some risks at the right time and it paid off. Because if those did not go their way, we'd be looking at something like a 9-3 half with, you know, how many they were actually able to peel away with. It was kind of ridiculous. And one of the biggest things in Counter-Strike still is the economy, right? You really have to be careful on what duels that you are taking and what your investments do look like if it's not going to be able to play to the numbers and play towards the rest of the round, right? It's always that age-old statement of play for the round and the kills will come. We're seeing a lot of risk at the moment on this CT side when it comes to Inferno and a lot of this banana control. That's the age-old question. Do you respect it and give it up, or do you fight for it? And we've seen a lot of early engagements of being fought for it for both of these sides, and more often than not, whichever team was getting the airstrike got the full control and kind of won the round.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting little beast, isn't it? But just checking in on the A stream as well for this event. Elfish Guy and Pilsky bringing you through that one. I don't know exactly where the game is right now when we're sitting in this one, but it was a 9-3 half in the end in favor of Tyloo. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tyloo kind of walk away with this one. Just again, from the individual prowess. I did see that in the chat there was something to do with Dobu having a ping issue, so that's obviously going to impact it. But yeah, I don't know. Atox have been having some interesting results, right? Because when they're on, they are firmly the second best team in Mongolia and potentially one of the second best teams in the APAC region. Outside of FlyQuest, I suppose. Whereas, yeah, like if they're not on, they can get trounced pretty quick. And I think, you know, an event like IEM Dallas would be massive for all four of these teams, right? You know, no matter who you are. And if Tyloo do manage to make their way through in a bit of a turbulent stage for their roster with all the changes that kind of happened over the break, it would be very interesting to see.
Oh, no, 100%. I mean, you know, Tyloo has been one of the organizations of China for the longest time. If they're able to have some sort of a resurgence and become, you know, one of the top teams again to start to build up back towards the international stage, especially in a VRS environment where, with how this is all going to transition, we could have consistently 3 teams coming from Asia at all these events, right? We're probably then thinking maybe the likes of your Mongols still, if your Tyloo's getting up there and your FlyQuest is getting up there, you know, how cool would it be to start to really chip away at these other teams around the world and get more Asian representation at these global events? That'd be massive.
FlyQuest is such an interesting one, right? You know, because after dropping Alistair for Regali, there's been question marks around how the roster's going to look. You know, was Alistair the problem? I think in the opening series that they had, you know, maybe that was answered potentially, right? That was that Blast Online event, but then they move into Katowice and, you know, there was a pretty lackluster opening match, and then the second was a little bit better looking, where they almost took down Astralis, but again, at the end of the day, it just looked to be maybe a small level of disconnect, so hoping to see that Regali's going to be integrated into the roster quite well, and then questions against them on Cluj-Napoca. But on the flip side, again, you know, when we're talking about our top APAC teams like the Mongols, man, like they are performing out of their skin, right? A close loss, really, 13-9, 13-8, I think it was, against Vitality on the big stage, and you could see the pressure was getting to players like Mizinho and stuff like that, up against Titans like Vitality, right? You know, when you've got Apex jumping up on his desk, screaming across the arena, it's pretty crazy. So, and also for them to get a win, I was thinking about it at work yesterday, I think it was like the debate between like Zaiwu and Donk, and then to see Zaiwu get such a dominant victory and a, you know, 1.6 rating for himself too, up against Spirit in a grand final of Katowice, 3-0 in the best of 5. So yeah, it's just, again, starts such an interesting tale for 2025. And going back to that topic that we've been talking about is VRS points, right? Is, again, that thing of where you need to see teams showing up to every single event and hitting it out of the park as best as they possibly can.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, again, it's really just going to be a lot of the consistency at the moment. And for a team like the Mongols, just to touch on that for another moment as well, their rise to fame, their rise up the ranks has been so quick that they've not been able to undergo the full pressure system to make them into a diamond yet. So the pressure can really still start to get to them, which again, you know, what are they currently sitting? Number 3 in terms of VRS, I think it is, which is kind of ridiculous.
I think it was actually number 2 from memory. I'll have to bring it up.
I think they're number 3 going into the Dallas event, and like Vitality are number 2. So they actually hold like quite the high VRS current point stand, which if they're going to still stay right up there and get all these invites to these massive top events, they're going to have to start to get rid of those nerves and start to get rid of those pressuresome environments and drone out, you know, for your example, the likes of Apex when he's screaming at you.
It was number 3, and that, I believe, is just because of the result between Spirit and Vitality, right? And there's only 8 VRS points sitting between Vitality and Spirit as well, whereas the Mongols is about 100 below, and it's Na'Vi snipping on their heels. So it's all very, very close from there, with 1831, 1825, and 1824 between Mongols, Na'Vi, and G2. And I think the main thing is, you know, for the Mongols, particularly going into this year, it's like, are they kind of tier 1.5 merchants, or are they going to be able to perform at some of these bigger stage events? And with Katowice, at the very least, you could start to see some good signs. So you can just only hope that they continue to keep on fighting. But I will address the elephant in the room again, Komodo. We haven't started the game yet. I can't remember exactly what was the reason. There was a extension to the halftime break that not all the players were quite ready. So we're just working through that again at this point in time. Such is life in Asia Pacific, right? These teams are notorious for making sure that everything is in play before they do get into it. So I think it was a comms issue again, continuation for what we had before.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to have the communications up there. Imagine if, you know, Conky couldn't hear me or I couldn't hear him. Make for a very interesting cast.
Always. Look, the good thing is we've been working for years on rambling, I guess you could say. So we're always going to be ready for something like that to come on out. So all good in the hood. I was just looking as well, like scrolling further down on this VRS. FlyQuest and Atox are only like 20 points apart too. So that's 21 and 22 ranking.
Well, you got to also then remember Atox can get more points if they catch dubs here and overtake them. While FlyQuest aren't gaining anything until Cluj-Napoca, where they start off against Falcons.
Yeah, well, this one
gonna be a roughie.
Yeah, this one down further, Lynn Vision and the Huns 57-58, so that's why obviously these guys lining up from the VRS points, because I don't even know where your Tyloo would sit. So Tyloo's 74, Rare Adams 68, and then Chinggis Warriors like 98. So it really starts to expand out from there, because I think a lot of these events, like, you know, there's not even going to be teams like Semperfi, like Rooster, or anything like that that are showing up because they haven't had a chance to play a number of these events that carry the VRS points. I think the next one further down, from what I can see, is like Mind Freak, who have got some off the back of it. And then there's KZG. But yeah, where's Rooster? I can't even see them on this one. Surely they're a bit higher. There you go. Okay, Rooster 133. So anyway, there's just so many question marks against this damn year of 2025, right? Anything can happen. I'm not going to question anything. I'm just going to let the carpet get rolled out for all of these players.
Yeah, and we need to. Honestly, it needs to be the year of everybody learning what's going to work in this new system, and more often than not, it's going to become that consistency factor where you're accepting these events, you're getting potential boot camps in, or if you're not having time in between for a boot camp, you know, you're refining things between events, and you're going to have to do it, you know, on the spot at these events. Because if we look at it right now, in a global capacity, right, we go from Katowice to these Dallas quals to Cluj-Napoca, because there's some teams doing all of them.
Of course. And that's the thing. Why wouldn't you, right? You know, you really do want to see all of these teams pick up as many events as possible and fight hard. So that's crazy, actually. Like, looking at the event, Mongols actually rank number 1 inside that from a VRS perspective. So yeah, on the other side, I guess, like, that's the thing, you know, when you've got FlyQuest lining up against Falcons early on. I mean, like,
well, I think it's
winnable perspective, but I think that a team like the Falcons is just going to go, well, look, you know, we're still working out the team, but we're just better.
Yeah, well, talking about Falcons, that's like one of the exact teams that are in this current predicament in the VRS scenario where they played IEM Katowice and they got knocked out early. They've then done the closed qualifiers because no direct invite. So they had to get 2 wins to get, you know, the first one of the first 4 seeds, because there's only 5 seeds or 5 slots that go through closed quals for Europe. And then they're playing Cluj-Napoca as one of the opening games on Friday. So that they really do not have a time to spare scenario, you know, in all their research and fine tuning and doing map prep and all that sort of prep. So it is using the games, for, you know, and figuring things out on the fly quest.
Oh man, what are you doing Valentine's Day anyway with Keita, mate? I'm actually stuck. Well, not stuck. It's going to be awesome at a wedding on the day. Like the guy who's the groom, he said to me, he's like, I'm doing all blokes a favor, right? You know, I'm having my wedding on Valentine's Day, so no one has to worry about date night. And I said, mate, I respect it.
Well, we just got a dog, so
True,
we're
I forgot
staying
about
home
that.
and doing stuff here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, what more romantic than watching FlyQuest up against Falcons, right?
That's not Thursday, though.
Is it? No, it's Friday.
Oh, no, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like Friday.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like prime for me, right? Like Friday, 7:30.
Oh.
And then I realized I'm not even going to be like able to watch. I'm going to be sitting at a wedding. So, hey, look, I'll probably find a way to get it up in the corner, but that's okay. All right. We're back. We're back. That's all we need to say.
I have other casting on Friday night, actually. Oh, no. Anywho.
Oh, on Val. Oh, you messed up, bro.
Didn't realize.
That's such a man brain thing. It's like, nothing important on that day. Yep, I'll book some casting.
It's all right. It starts at like 10:30.
Yeah, it's fine. You got the date. Starry, opening up nicely as we proceed into the second half of this. Starry actually getting a second as well. Very nicely done. Forced off the top of Nana as well. Now having to rotate away. Zaka will sit back on towards the site, but they're going to really pick up the pace here, the Huns. Again, they had a bit of a resurgence in the later part of that one. westmelon dinked up in the process, moving up close. This is the danger of those Glocks, right? Already finding it. Bartak picking up another. Zaka goes down, but look at this flank coming in again from Starry. They all have to swing and try and find this control, but there's that level of hesitation. It's really, really awkward. Zeralt actually does manage to find the bomb plant, but Bartak picks up another. Komodo, it's turning on its head right now. Bartak and Cobra finding the frags. Amelia and Call Me Sue have to do it all, and they know it's awkward. There's one at top Nana, there's one in the pool, and unfortunately there will be no happy days as Cobra Zira, he will strike in the night. And somehow, some way, in a 3v5, the Huns find 7.
Another scenario where we've got a deficit pistol round gathered by the deficit team. Because remember, the very first pistol round, it was that 2 versus 4 that comes through from Call Me Sue and from westmelon, right? So this time they're not able to, unfortunately, deliver. And after a deep timeout extension at the half, we'll have a chit-chat to figure out what do we do.
Yeah, fair play. I think you got to get your head back into the game, right? You know, that was a little bit of a scrappy round where Starry managed to start it off so well, because I think for Lynn Vision, like, they're in such a weird place, you know, again, having G leave over towards Tyloo. They had, what was it? I can't remember. It was Starry, pretty sure, that joined G, and then he went back and ultimately, like, joined the original roster, this core of Lynn Vision. They bring in Call Me Sue. So it has been very much all over the shop. I do think they checked my receipts on that. I can't remember if it was Zaka or Starry.
Well, whilst you check that, timeout's gone, round has started, and it is the force up for Lynn Vision. So we'll see what they're going to be able to deliver with as they meander down mid, scout to watch from above, and, well, they get one in the trade. But that's
I was right. It was Starry.
Well, he's the last one alive now. His team's gone, and they forced up. So this is as worse as a start that you want to on your CT side.
Yeah, it's not good. I suppose there's a lot of holes being seen in Lynn Vision right now. And, you know, again, a team like the Huns, right? Like, we know how good Bartak is. We know how good 9 is. It's just like, are they past the twilights of their career? Well, clearly not. You know, 16-6. There's a hell of a lot of these individuals that are kind of just like floating around right now between the Huns, between Chinggis Warriors, between IHC, and even in some of the further ones that you start to see, right? You know, there's a couple of those rosters like that are in ECL that have a little bit more biff, I guess you would say. where there's just power in some of these individuals, but they haven't quite found their roster homes, right? That's always the question. You know, you've got so many Mongolian teams between Nomads and the Cube and all that.
3 is going to be the pass mark, though, for the Huns here, even if they aren't able to retrieve the AK-47, because they did see the force-up from Lynn Vision. So they know this next round isn't going to have too much weight to it. I'm noticing on the money department that Call Me Sue did actually have 3,300, so they could have, you know, potentially even saved for further investment behind an AWP later on, but they'll do the math and make sure that they've got, you know, a chance, albeit a slim one, in towards a round such as this. But if they do, you know, drop their next gun round, Mitch, that's certainly where the Huns, you would expect, going to run away with this map.
Definitely so. It's that battle of the kind of financial issues on the CT side of Inferno. You know, it was bad enough on CSGO, let alone as we've shifted over to MR12 on CS2. If you lose those opening rounds, you can't quite settle that CT economy. It just makes it so damn punishing. Now Zeralt has found the information. He's going to be forced away, and it should be a relatively simple walk-in from the Huns here. You know, just keeping their fundamentals, finding the side together, thinked up Call Me Sue, no deagle shots to come through.
Yeah, we're just highlighting that for the very beginning as well. You know, Call Me Sue, this new prodigy to come in towards this roster, hasn't been able to find too much, all things considered, in this map just yet.
Whilst we've got a sec to talk about it, Tyloo, 13-6. So that's a pretty good opening from them. That was on their map pick of Mirage, and they've got Inferno.
What do they go next?
So,
Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, and Ancient last if we need it. Obviously, both teams very, very good on it, but I guess that's the question mark, right? Where if Atox plays a better team game, they could potentially walk away with the rest of the series.
Yeah.
But, like, Tyloo, so good on Mirage, so good on Ancient.
I'm just trying to remember, I think Atox 13-3'd Rooster on Inferno today.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 33.
I actually need to go have a look at that result.
Score.
That's crazy. So if they were all on mixed ping, let's have a look-see.
Well, I don't know if you're...
16-13 on Mirage, but then decimated 13-3, 13-6, yeah.
That was after a, like, 12-8 lead by Rooster, by the way.
Oh my god, MIQ went plus 31, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's awful.
And then, yeah, literally only ASAP with the 50 ping buff. Because I think the rest of the Mongols probably would have been on about 60 ping from Ulaanbaatar to Singapore, right? I would say something similar.
Yep. Well, on the tail end of that last round, westmelon takes the Galil into this new one, so I don't know how much he's going to be favoring on towards that one here, but it is good to see that they get a lot of this utility, bar Emilia, who has 0, so yeah, they'll juggle that. Might have been a nice idea to juggle through, as he does drop some over towards the B side, at least, earlier on. So maybe they did get it all, I just didn't quite catch that. They did give control of Banana, though. They do manage to find 9.
It's a big opening. I was about to touch on it, right? You know, Zaka has had an absolute roughie, 3-12 before he picked up that frag. But it's an important one to take down 9, who's not only been in some good form, he's obviously invested quite heavily in towards that AWP. And now Zeralt being tagged low, Cobra Zero going down. So just these last 2 members, and Amelia's going to be having that watch over towards spawn. And Bartak left all alone, 17-6. So having a great game, of course, but looks like it should very well be the round going the way of Lynn Vision, and 5 alive is going to be so important for them.
Every single death on the Huns actually was individual too, by the way. One over towards boiler, one over towards top of the apartments, and then pushing through the smoke at the B site. Every single one individual, no trade available. Kind of rough. Got to recognize that going into a round after this one where you will have another attempt at a buy. You know, you definitely want to see Bartai try and hold on to this AK, so Overchill can potentially, you know, have some extra utility or something like that. But the hunt is actually going to be potentially on, as there's no way out of Banana. The other way, though, Mitch, Lynn Vision getting this gun round on the board. I spoke about earlier on, if they don't win this one, then maybe the map does peel away. Well, they've managed to win this one. So converting back to bring it a little bit closer. Let's see, just in the meanwhile, if Bartak can hold on to this AK.
A little bit delayed there for Bartak. Yeah, looking at the radar maybe. But that's a very, very strong round in the end from Lynn Vision. 7-9. No economic woes just yet. They've got enough to buy up their Galils and their AKs and the like. I think Vachil's actually going to go for the Deagle. So not bad, but again, still not optimal.
Yeah.
And if Lynn Vision able to drive this back, save the 2K, they've obviously got an investment into the next round.
Mm-hmm. If you're Zaka as well, you got that boomstick in your hand. You don't necessarily need to press the issue and go very hungry for a kill if you're not really feeling it too hard on the kill department. Just lock down your line and make sure that you are winning that one successfully. So you can see Lynn Vision fall back onto a little bit more mainstream protocol in a round such as this. Banana control with the utility to be exchanged. Starry, though, that's kind of ill-advised, going dry in towards the apartments, giving over a gun to Vachil here.
Always a awkward one, right? To invest into a round where you potentially shouldn't and give up that opening pick. So Starry punished for sniffing out the side of the Huns. And now it's going to be eyes back onto Zaka. They do have 3 here, which is where the Huns are posturing towards now, heading up towards top mid.
Nothing to help him, though, now that westmelon does get smoked off. So he's going to have to reposition. No flash or anything to pop him back on the line either. So he really needs to get one, reposition, get a second. Shadows.
Oh, almost lines up the collateral as well. A little bit unlucky there. Westmelon, though, from the cubby, able to find 9. And a flick up, meaning that Vachil has now found his second frag of the round. And how many more can he get? That's a third. Does get taken down in the end by Westmelon, but Bartek finds the trade very nicely. And now Call Me Sue, can you be the prodigy here? Otherwise, the Huns will be finding 10 rounds here, Komodo.
Has an incendiary and a flash, but still difficult.
Very tough. Smoke will fade, allowing him safe passage through. But again, they're just watching firmly on towards that line. Zarol might get caught as he's playing the line directly towards Library. I'm not sure if they actually assumed for him to be out. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think Komisu is actually going for this one here at all. He's just going to wait for the exit and see if he can pull away as many as possible. Again, they do have a buy into the next round. So there's 1, 2. I mean, hang on. No, not enough.
If he had a smoke and it was planted for Pit, there could have been a world where he challenges that. He still does manage to get him out with the explosion. So damage at the end of the round is successful. And I was going to say as well, if they knew that he was there, Cobra did have an incendiary that he could pop in towards the cubby and it would have found him anyways. But they didn't know he was there. So well done on him to kind of find all of that damage. And again, one of those scenarios, right, where that round kind of starts to snowball down and build bigger and bigger because of that first kill that Starry gives over to Vachil.
Yeah. Not bad at all, my friend. Not bad at all. 10 rounds for the Huns. But again, the damage just makes it so awkward having to dig deep into the pockets once more, all the way down to 50 and 100 and 0.
Big ol' swing round, as Pilly would call it. Give Lynn Vision a fighting chance to get back in towards this map a little bit cleaner. The Huns, though, if they come away with this one, you start to, again, reset that economy of Lynn Vision, where maybe they do have a bit of a half buy in the next round and full buy after that. But if you're winning them, as the Huns, that'll be the map. So with a lot of these smokes at the moment, and no flashes, just some incendiaries, this is going to be extremely difficult to get in as the Huns.
Really is. 55 seconds, though. They're not going to overextend. They're happy with their Nana control.
If they go B, there's only Call Me Sue with an incendiary that can be smoked. If they dry contact up towards this, that is probably the only way that they have a way to win this round.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks like they're going for it, though. They've got their smokes, they've got their molly in the hands of Bartak, but there's that rotation coming over quickly. They do actually try send one up towards Library, but they have sniffed this one out. Lynn Vision are aware for sure, and now they potentially look for that boost. But they're just holding off. 20 seconds left now. The smoke will be exploded by that nade. It does go a little bit too far forward, and now they're just going to have to buy time. Call Me Sue has to do as much as he can here. Westmelon there. Westmelon with 3. Awesome stuff. Does get traded, but there's enough time for the round to continue. And Lynn Vision, I don't even know how they've turned that, right? It was a great rotation. They didn't get baited out by the smoke, and 4 alive for an 8th round.
I think they overcomplicated things at the end of that. When they had all the numbers in Banana, they don't, of course, have the info that we do, that it's a 1-4 setup for Lynn Vision. But if they did contact right up to that smoke and kind of, go through it quickly, that's how they would have got in towards the round. So unfortunate for the Huns. That's information that they would never be able to get, though. And now they're in this tricky scenario where they're going to play on the back of lost bonus money. This round's a force. Next round's guns.
Going straight up mid, right? Cobra going to try and make quick work of it, but in the end it's Starry to find 2 inside the fire. And he will be able to do even further damage with the USP. How is he still alive? Emilia to help. Zaka to get one onto Zerolt as well. A couple through the smoke as that explosion comes through. And yeah, well done from Lynn Vision. This has been a nice couple of rounds on the trot here. And a force back from the Huns means that they have no money.
Yeah, miscounted the lost bonus, actually. So it's that double eco territory. If you count the last one as a potential deco, you know, see what you can do with less. This is a huge chance for Lynn Vision. You know, surviving this round with all 5, you pretty much have money for the rest of the map.
Easy breezy.
Nice
Great
shot.
little flick up from Zaka as well. Yeah, no armor on 9, but that's a nice opener. And you can see that they're a little bit more confident here. As I said, Zaka's got the AWP in towards his hands. The rest of the team's picking up. Starry and westmelon have been looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you need as Zaka, who, you know, was on 4 kills for the longest time. Hitting a flick like that, you just get some individual confidence that you're warm, that you can hit a shot. You know, all you needed was an AWP in your hand, potentially, and you start singing. And when you look towards the fact that our next map, you know, is going to be Dust2, he's able to get an AWP out on that map.
Man, Draken 70-degree window right there. What is going on?
Yeah.
What a late shot.
If he's able to get an AWP out on Dust2, remember, that's definitely going to be a win condition for Lynn Vision. So getting Zaka online now, you better late than never.
Yeah, for sure. They've worked out whatever issues have been plaguing them earlier. And now it's basically just their job to try and close as quickly as possible. You know, this round will be a guaranteed 10-10 unless we see something stupid occur with the Glocks. But 35 seconds means that it's unlikely to be tenured.
You literally don't need to move as Lynn Vision, though. They are in the perfect positions to be able to stave off any sort of late A hit with no smokes available to go down as well. Call Me Sue can just swing out and assist if he needs.
Nice and easy.
Yep, swatting flies.
Perfect stuff.
And now we're all tied up, 10-10.
And I don't know why I said 70-degree window. It's Draken's 30-degree window. I remember that. Losing my mind. I'm getting old. It's because I'm over 30. That's why. But 10-10. It's something, right? You know, it's a good resurgence from Lynn Vision. They've certainly been caught lacking here, I think, a few of these moments, because Lynn Vision, if they don't go away from this with a 2-0, I think they will be quite upset, I would say. Like, despite what the VRS rankings say, I do consider them quite an improvement over the Huns, despite some of the individuals on this side.
Oh, that's information secured, at least from a jump spot out by Cobra. Rain in some hellfire towards his location. First HE, second flames. He's dodging that down banana, but he's starting to feel a little bit hot under the collar. I do like the immediate aggression, however, from 9 up through brackets and the rest of them up through apartments. So all you're seeing from Cobra is keeping everybody down banana way entertained.
About to get out of boiler too, so they are going to try and take this control into bracket. Call Me Sue just waiting patiently. No rotate over from Lynn Vision, so it is going to be just the 3-person defense over towards this side of A. And now as the utility does go up, there is a moment to try and find something, but the flash is just ill-timed. They're not going to be able to peek out before the smoke.
And another scenario for the Huns where they've got no flashes to try to get into an eventual bomb site. 2 smokes, 2 HE grenades. Last time it was a couple of mollies to back them on up, and we saw how massacred they got quickly over at B.
Look at this rotation from Call Me Sue. He's managed to slit the net. He's gone all the way back around towards the arches.
He's missed the timing.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, is the timing potentially going to favor him, right? Unless he
now
knows.
He sees him.
There it is. There's the 2 frags. Massive play from him to come on out. Now it gets really, really awkward. Call Me Sue. He's found 3 in the round here, Komodo. Beautiful stuff. And now they're just caught frozen in time. The Huns, they don't know what the hell to do. Emilia can strike. And I think Vachilla has just called it immediately. He's out. Yeah. He's got no interest. The bomb's dropped in brackets. He's going to try to save the AK.
I had my eyes glued on the radar there for what Sue was doing. When he came back out from the archway towards jungle side, he was not looking towards library at all, Mitch. He was very prized on towards the brackets line, and then eventually flicked over to library, looked back towards brackets, recognized that someone was there, and then sprayed them down. So there was a very real chance that had he not looked that way, the round could have been completely undone with a double wrap through to the back of A site and I bust out, diggity apartments. So he's very lucky that he's actually looked back and recognized that.
Just such an interesting turn of events, right? The Huns were very much in the pole position here. They let us slip a little bit. Lynn Vision brought it back into that second half, but then the Huns started strong. And they've, returned fire quite quickly, Lynn Vision, tying it up and now taking the lead, obviously putting the Huns into a very, very awkward financial position because it looks like they want to invest. For Chills, obviously, only got that AK. And, what can they pick up? Galils, but no utility to support it. That's been something that's been plaguing them, Komodo, right? So we're just going to expect the Tech 9 buy-in, I would say, maybe a half buy. But at this point in time, you just got to go pretty deep. So they're going to drop down to about 1K, rely on the loss bonus. Man, what a position the Huns have put themselves in. It's almost like they're playing the CT side, but on the T side.
Yeah, and I mean, more often than not, they've bled a lot of their utility way too early, and they've got nothing but, just game mechanic of guns to try and bully their way through. And another scenario where you've got no utility to be able to do something in this round. So I feel like this is just, the clock's striking midnight and the Huns are done.
Pretty much. There's one going down. Bartak already found in this early duel. Starry investing deep into second mid. He's had a fantastic return as well. 19 and 12, looking really, really good. With the rest of the members, they slowed down. I think Bartak was like 17 and 6 at one point.
Yeah, it's pretty pivotal. He started, 10 kills in the first 4 rounds or something. There is an answer back, though, at least for the Huns in this round. So doing more with less. westmelon down, an opportunity with these 2 rifles that the Huns have stolen. Just quite didn't recognize that Kormisu had sneaked on past. Now needs some assistance.
Oh, this could be a huge position as well. Do they even have a flash to send them in? No, they're just going to have to go dry again. Kormisu gets 1. But it's enough for now. That gives enough time for Zaka to invest on in, but he doesn't have enough time to get back around towards the graveyard. Amelia getting immediately in. And where does Starry go? He's going to be diving deep towards spawn. But how quickly does Amelia strike? Does he wait for his teammate in Starry, or does he try to fight this fight now? Cobra already dropping in towards the pit here, into pool, having a look through. He's got in his CT. That's an awkward line for them to try and fight here. He's actually going to try wrap around. Amelia, so ready for it though, Komodo. Big brain. And now the wrap can come in. They can 1v2 this one. 9 gets his information spotted, and surely this is an impossible position. Surely 9 can't turn this around. No, Starry will deny. And that is going to be a 12th round here. Map point for Lynn Vision.
Certainly made it close, though, at the end of it. And talk about, again, the lesser weaponry just doing something a little bit magical for a team in Counter-Strike. Nearly giving the Huns an opportunity to stave off the map point to their opponents. And remember, for those that might have just joined us a little bit later on in this one, this is the map pick of the Huns. We move over to Dust2 next, which is picked out by Lynn Vision. If it does end here, there's an opportunity, though, for the Huns to extend and maybe push overtime as well. Another buy here. 9 getting it out. And AWP on the T side too. I think the biggest thing right now, though, Mitch, is that the Huns actually have some damn utility to play with.
Yeah. But again, how quickly will they burn it? They've only got the 3 flashes already straight off the rip. It's only, 15 seconds into the round. So Starry finds that information immediately. He has just been on a tear, hasn't he? 21 and 12. Looking fantastic these last couple of rounds, especially. And now as they reposition through Freezer, Starry's going to pop out a boiler, but he's going to be the timing. Bartak walking his way in. I think Starry actually pulls away at the most opportune time. And the line, Starry gets Bartak. westmelon tapping away slowly. Zaka does get tagged down very, very low.
Definitely need to see this round pendulum back for the Huns after losing 2 of those opening picks. There could have been an opportunity had they finished Zaka here, Mitch. But 5 versus 3. We've seen it already. Are you going to be able to do it with minimal util again, though? And a Cobra who is quite low. No real gaps around the map still to exploit because it's just spotting info at the moment for Lynn Vision.
Molotov to flash them back. It's actually a fight. Oh my god, Amelia, you dirty boy. Has a little bit of a look through. And now it's all left onto Cobra and 9. 9 will be able to get the shot onto westmelon, but it's a 2-on-5 Komodo. And with Cobra Zero not having a hell of a lot of HP, 32 on the board, it's going to be tough for him to swing around. This rotation is already there for Call Me Sue, so it looks like they might swing on in, but it's an overextension. That's scary. Got to be careful now. Starry not yet going to be cleared, but he does swing on. Cobra finding big, big frags right now. Call Me Sue. Is he going to peek through the smoke? He will, and that gives up the time. All of a sudden, they've completely thrown this away. Exactly. Zaka, 15 points of HP with the AWP. Does he even want to try fight this?
Why do we keep seeing 3v5s and 2v4s won by the lesser team? There are so many overextensions from these CT sides where they don't need to do so.
Oh, man. Like, I think Zaka wants to try do something, but he's just watching the cross. If he baits him into submission, but he's just got to get on towards the line, and in the end, 9 takes him. That's a 2v5, and Lynn Vision... You just can't be making those mistakes if you want to play with the best in the world.
No, you absolutely damn well can't. I mean, just an overpeak down Diggity first to give 9 that opportunity and they stretch on out. You know, even the position where they're dropping utility down and you're elevated on the box on site, you just can't get the kill. You're pushing through a smoke as Call Me Sue as well when it's in a 2 versus 2. Oh, just risks that are taken on this CT side in situations where... You play to the numbers, you play to the time. If you let them into the site, sure, whatever. You're still in a 2 versus 5. You don't lose those ones in a retake.
No, not at all. It's rough. But that is life, I guess, at the end of the day. So, all we can do here is hope that Lynn Vision have what it takes to close this, because otherwise they will be hurting. And now as they're in position... Zaka trying to take that aggressive line, and already Zerold has found westmelon. Oh no, Komodo, it's falling apart.
He went in towards Supper Banana in the flames and just tried to challenge a duel with a flash in, I believe, from Sue. They've tried it again and it's just not worked out. It's so readable as well. Like, this is literally Lynn Vision making silly mistakes on this CT side, giving the Huns opportunities to be able to close out and get back in towards these rounds. Not really been seeing too much from the Huns in their depth on this T side when you consider how many rounds they've played with no flashbangs, a couple of smokes, a couple of Molotovs here and there. Like, it has been a lot of these CT sided mistakes that they, with 35 seconds to go to get in and get a plant, need to recover from. And if you're going towards the A side here is the Huns.
No.
You're going against an AWP.
Yeah, this is rough. It could very well be. Zaka does actually manage to find one onto Bartak, but how quickly can he be traded out? The smoke gives him some additional time, and now he has to rotate in towards the side. He does hit a shot. It connects. Oh, Zaka, could you be the hero? I think he might have done just enough for now, Komodo. 12 seconds. They are going to be able to find that bomb plant. They're all taken very, very low, but now they can all rotate over. They wait for the 3-on-2.
Yeah, and they need to. Lots of utility here as well. Flashes and a HE. Just got to get in prime positions now as Lynn Vision for this retake. Where do they want to go?
I still can't get my head around the fact that Zaka got 3 there. You know, the fact that he's able to hold on, but now they need to try and close something here. Zerold gets off the line. He does try to get this swing around. Does narrowly miss the flick. Goes back to the AK. Zerold does get picked it up, but it is going to be Starry. And oh my God.
They recovered it.
Got to be happy with that one, right? The fact that Lynn Vision have turned that around on a dime. Zaka, the hero that no one was expecting, right? You know, they lost that previous round. They basically tossed it away. And to close it there, to not let it go to overtime, because I think if they let that go to overtime, Lynn Vision were not winning that one.
No, I think I agree with you on that one.
But Lynn Vision, I guess, is the one where, yeah, they've made some changes. They lost G. They brought in Call Me Sue, as we sort of said before as well, that they did have a moment in time where Starry dropped away, joined back on Boxing Day of last year. So there hasn't been a hell of a lot of time for Lynn Vision to kind of let it all settle, because there was one point in time, Komodo, where Lynn Vision were like above the rest of Asia, right? You know, they were starting to contest up against with Tyloo just before the Mongols era. So it's all happening.
Well, we're actually up the guts of mid at the moment for the Huns, so we're going to be starting on this CT side. That's their choice.
Good trade out in the ends. A little bit of time in the hot light there for Cold Zero. My God, Cobra Zero. I missed that, man. I miss the old days of cold, but no, try to make it all work. Good fall away there from 9, but it does get a little bit awkward on towards the side. Still 3 to go here for Lynn Vision, but there is a bit of a separation.
Yeah, Call Me Sue's just been noted by Vachil, though. Do you try to find this so you don't get locked in towards the mid to B? You do, you stretch on out. You can't quite navigate it, but now you got the rest of your team to flash you in. That is a gorgeous flashbang. Oh, the last bullet. Okay.
Oh, my God. And they've tried to get this little peek towards mid as well. They did leave just Amelia there to try and separate the rotation, but they had the right idea, unfortunately. Lynn Vision, though, for them, they couldn't execute. So well done from the Huns, 3 alive. Good start to the round.
I am just looking at how many people are shooting pistol bullets in that round and how many people are missing pistol bullets, I think is the highlight there. No one really able to find a clean kill that it does feel like, but it gives an opportunity to the Huns to bunker on down on their opponent's map pick if we're going to go the old-fashioned trading maps. As Cobra, I believe, has just been knifed or... No, crossed? Yes, tagged on the cross by Zach's scout.
So just farming straight down. Only the singular weapon, as you mentioned. They're just hoping that they can get a couple of leg shots in, and then the Glocks will be able to be a bit more of a steam train. But the thing is, when you've got no Kevlar to support it, it does always get a little bit awkward. Great HE in towards short as well. They're up so close. And I mean, look, it's going to be Zeralte stepping through. It does get taken down in the end by Westmelon. So a good trade there. Still very awkward to try and get up on towards this site. You've got just the member of 9 sitting there waiting.
Yeah, and he's only got the USP. So if you're sharp as Westmelon or Amelia can tap his head off, yeah, maybe you've got an opportunity to overwhelm this one. Bartak, though, is going to be here with the A1S. So that long distance line you would put a little bit more trust in.
Not overextending, though. So they really are just relying on some shots from Westmelon. I suppose they've got the FAMAS there in the hands of Amelia. Narrowly missing the head from 9, and now that gives the information away. He can start to tap away through the smoke, and he will be able to get 1 and 2. Happy days. He even has a stare down the eyes of Amelia. And Bartek will walk up to take the frag. So good opening here from the Huns, because we talk about how this map could be quite a powerhouse for Lynn Vision. It is their map selection here. And after a very, very close one, 13-11 there again, the Huns have got to make sure that every single round counts here, and we have heard the ticks of the chat. There will be a match pause. Yeah. So we'll be able to find out what that is very, very soon, but just another tech for now.
I was just bringing it up when the last time these guys did play each other on this map, and it was 2 weeks ago to the day. The half was 7-5 in the Huns' favor, and then the map ended 13-5. No, 13-7. I can't do math. It was a flawless T side to Lynn Vision to close it from behind. So they've not, started off in their flawless variety or anything. But if you take stock in a single map of history, then yeah, do with that information what you will.
I'm just wondering if Nine's going to be looking to pick up the AWP here. He seems to be the one that's yet to purchase. And there it is. So looks like from everyone in the server, potentially we are going to have the match live in just a quick second. But we can only speculate at this point in time. So 2 rounds for the Huns.
Yep.
Lynn Vision need to get the ball rolling from here, because otherwise it could be a bit of a further extension of this series with Anubis round the bend.
And don't forget, there's another series that they all have to play after this one as well. So if there's any longevity towards this series here, does technically give their opponents a bit of an extra leg up if their game does get finished first, and they can either warm up, or maybe even they could jump in and have a little bit of a looky on how these teams are playing out right now. Because that other game is going simultaneously, Mitch, but it did look like from what I saw before that Atox were absolutely dismantling Tyloo on Inferno. So maybe even that series will get to its 3rd map.
And that appears to be continuing as well. Again, can't quite see what's happening, but it looks like it's about a 10-1 scoreline on the T side. So that's kind of ridiculous, just to think about.
Yeah. I believe they've been plagued with a couple of techs as well already on that map. When I tuned in on our little changeover between the 2 maps, there was something like a 9-minute pause that they were talking about gym bro things.
Yeah, classic. Elfish guy, 6'9", jacked,
pencil,
200 kilo bench. So I agree, but it is one of those things where it's not really going to matter when you go a 1-to-1 scoreline. So potentially from what we're seeing right now, it is going to go to that third map. But then again, anything can happen. You know, we've seen crazier comebacks. But we go live. And it looks like 9 will buy the utility. So we're in to win. But what are Lynn Vision going to be able to do here? Obviously, only with the scout. They are going to watch the cross and narrowly missing that opening shot.
Well, Dust2, you want some long control, you're definitely going to have to fight for it. When you're not blinded, that probably helps for Starry.
Yes, having eyes does certainly impact your decisions.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't. Oh, okay, so the rotation around, I do like this. They're happy to leave, just Bartak, holding long. They've got the extra smoke in towards bedroom. They rotate back around now. Also having Cobra Zero start to have a little bit of a spot. The Chill also looking down towards tunnels, but he's going to peel away now. Looks like they are certainly setting themselves up towards the A side here, Lynn Vision.
Yeah, with this smoke down bottom mid as well, you're kind of expecting either a blow open or a flashbang through it to wrap in towards the B site, but going up through towards Catwalk at the moment, you've got a single smoke as Amelia to drop in, and then the rest of the guys just kind of need guns up. Everybody needs guns up here.
Very, very late in the utility there for Zeralt, and it's going to unfortunately punish him. Amelia, Call Me Sue, and Westmelon all taken very, very low, but they will look to get that spike planted. Great one tap there from Bartak. So he does stem the bleeding a little bit here. 3-3 on the retake.
No utility, actually, just to pick up on the smoke there for Call Me Sue. The rat noted, squandered.
Yeah, a little bit bold there. Too far for sure, but 9 does get one back with the HE. Now as it's an underarm over the top, the Chill doesn't quite get the info, but he does spot him in the end. It's actually a tag up through the smoke, but now it's all onto Zaka, just with the FAMAS. And now watching the line. Oh, no. Scroll wheel, I suppose. And there should be well and truly enough time.
He wanted to get out of there thinking he's got the time, but he absolutely didn't. I just want to highlight that that was a 4 versus 5. Lynn Vision losing the first one, coming back in towards the site, holding from a deficit time and time again, and at the end, fumbling. Fumbling at the end. From the player that started to heat up at the end of Inferno when the AWP was in possession too. When he was on the rifles, you know, it was a very struggle streak for him.
Unfortunately, another cheeky little tech pause. We'll get through that one as quickly as we possibly can. But, yeah. No, I don't know. Do you eco here as Lynn Vision, or do you just keep on trying to force, I suppose?
I don't force here on this map.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, hey, because they're not deep enough in their economic woes, are they, the Huns?
You want all of your utility as a T side on this map. You know, if you're trying to bait out positions, you need flashes and smokes to go standard. You're clearing corners, you're needing mollies. Like, you're not pushing A long without a molly towards car, cross smokes and flashes for site takes, and, you know, nades up in there as well. You know, you're needing at least a pass line to get you into a position to gain an advantageous duel, to gain a kill, steal the weapon, steal utility off a corpse. You're not going in for a full buy here. You know, the B site, for example, as well. You know, if you're just trying to rush in towards that one, which would be the flip side here of going down onto a lesser buy. You know, your old standard Tech 9 rush B, grab a couple flashes and a couple smokes. Smoke the molly that gets thrown in towards tunnels, flash on over, and just try to overwhelm. Seeing a lot of teams, you know, peel away from that, though, since CS2. Amelia also, and Starry do have a spawn for A long, by the way. So they most likely will just want to try and charge out there with a couple of flashes being yeeted over.
Man, oh man. Certainly been a night for it. I think we've had like a good 25 odd minutes worth of tech pauses already.
1,000 tech pauses.
Yeah. It's hard not to focus on sometimes, right? Because, you know, again, we've certainly lived up to the name Phil at times. But also don't want to hear us yammering too much. But still, I don't know. So far, good things from the Huns. Envision. Need to pick the pieces back up as quickly as possible. Investment deep, but not too deep. Because what do we see? The financial situation, right? Like, you know, Vachil's got enough. Nine's got some decent money. It wouldn't be fantastic if they were to lose this, but definitely not worth investing all the way down for Lynn Vision.
I'm just thinking to myself as well, how much deeper into this match pause does it make Lynn Vision question, do we go full buy or not? Because they're kind of on the precipice of just doing it, aren't they?
I'm just thinking that I'm going to have kangaroo for dinner. That's basically what I'm thinking right now.
I haven't had that in probably 15 years. And it was on a barbecue at a place when I was playing tennis.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Well, I think instead of diving into what meats we have consumed over the years, I think we'll send you guys to a quick break just purely as there's no ETA. So as soon as we get a little bit closer back into the action, guys, we'll bring you home. Okay, we are back. Thank you again to everyone for the patience. We're just too busy yammering on anyway. We didn't want to hold you guys for too much longer. But Lynn Vision already out long and already dying. Yeah, a little bit rough there. I mean, again, just a half buy, but Starry did invest a hell of a lot. Now 9 tagged up, but does get the shot back onto westmelon. So the Huns hold the lead.
Can't just try and individually bully yourself through bedroom doors and also through B tunnels where you deep smoke here for a progressive pop and your opponent just repositions. This round is essentially going to be done. 9's on 14 HP and it's just spammed Call Me Sue through that one. Returning spam. I mean, if they full force, they wouldn't have any money for the next round, so they have some money from not the full force, right? Let's look on the bright side here.
Oh, I feel like Lynn Vision are just a little bit lost in the sauce right now, it seems, right? Like, even on the previous map, I feel like there was just moments that should have never, ever gone by the wayside from them, against them. But now the Huns, 5 alive, you know, they're certainly starting to stack up that economy. Super important here on Dust2. They did have it chipped away a little bit, but again, Lynn Vision, you know, caught begging.
Yeah. Well, all up in the hands of Zaka. It was one of the pivotal positions, you know, that in his hands that provided the goods over on Inferno. So let's actually see if it's going to happen this time and if they can maybe even get past the gates of bedroom. Starry again is going to just be taking some chip damage this time. Not a death immediately. And an opener, actually, for Lynn Vision too. Finally.
Bartak on an island. That was weird there. It's good trade. Zeralt does get one back. Westmelon picks up another. So, round going the way of Lynn Vision for this time being, but they're pretty happy to pump the brakes. They've got that long control just outside bedroom. They're going to drop into pit and just wait patiently. But I'm looking at this proactivity from Vachil. He's already found some great positioning. He's going to be able to make the call to make sure that they just posture towards long and short.
Just don't need to fumble here as Lynn Vision. That's really it. You've still got a couple of smokes that you can drop down towards cross. You got a flash that you can pop up as Zaka and as the westmelon as well, if you want to try and 100% this one. Just how long do you kind of draw a lull in the action and allow the flank to come through from the likes of Vachil here?
They've really given it up for the space, right? But getting in towards that site now, it's going to be eyes onto 9 to see what he can do. Pretty sure Vachil is watching that flank. So yeah, nicely done. Zaka getting the pick. And now all left onto 9 in a very, very rough position. Narrowly missing that shot there. And I think he's just going to want to peel away. If he got that shot, maybe there would have been a potential investment. But he is going to drop over towards CT. Does narrowly miss that timing. So Zaka is going to get his way out. And finally, around on the board for Lynn Vision. 3 alive, not a bad position. AWP still up. Zaka activated, as you mentioned. It's Call Me Sue who hasn't found anything just yet. But again, it has been a very lackluster start here from Lynn Vision on the T side.
Yeah, I mean, definitely is selfish guys, you know, pick to save everything for Lynn Vision. So far, not really showing it.
Zaka, our hero.
Yeah, I mean, the AWP certainly is something that just kind of feels at home for him, right? So definitely want to see if he's going to be able to continue to do so. This half is certainly recoverable. I mean, you got to remember as well, T side on Dust2, you're finding openers, you fall back into a sense of passiveness. 9 times out of 10, you cause over rotations for a CT team, specifically the Huns, who have already showed us on Inferno previously that they love to take some cheat plays through smokes and cheat some rotations as well to go for these 1-4 stacks. Do fashion up a good old buy here as well with all the utility that you do want.
Once again, a slow posture. Still in spawn, picking up that bomb. Now happy to head back around. 9 very focused down towards mid as they do flash to try and give some additional space up towards short. Great pick there from Starry. Caught lacking there. Will be 9 going down. He's been a big key, important piece of the puzzle. But some good damage done back onto Westmelon. However, Zaka will respond as well. Advantage goes firmly the way of Lynn Vision once more.
But do you close it here, Mitch? That's the penultimate question. Because so many times we saw 3 versus 5s lost by the team with 5. If you're just, again, playing for the time here as Lynn Vision, you're settling down, you're forcing an over-eager play from the Huns, and then you close out the round. And they've got so many opportunities to do this with everybody so split from the Huns.
Really, again, it's just a big question mark about what we can expect out of the rest of this series. You know, Lynn Vision very much holding the control of these last couple of rounds, but still yet to even take point towards B. They pulled that rotation around from Vachil inside mid. He's actually exited towards CT, which means it's going to be another very, very slow round. Bomb now being planted by Westmelon. Zeralt will recover the AWP, though, to take that Fort 9 into the next. So, not a bad result.
Yeah. You just got to play on this one as well, because a map like this too, you got to remember, CT side, you get 4. It's technically not going to be enough. You're taking 3 guns. You'll buy up some utility. I can definitely see a world in which you're playing for a faster play here as well with the lesser guns that Cobra and 9 will... Well, 9 should be given the AWP back. That Zeralt then, let's say, will have. Haven't really toyed with the idea of a lower tunnels push yet or upper tunnels push yet. We've only really seen things over at the A long side of things from the Huns. Not even really an extension too far up through short yet either. So there's a lot of different things that the Huns could do that we've not seen just yet to catch Lynn Vision off guard.
Very oddly slow game, hey. You know, obviously the tech pauses have caused some delay, but the pacing of this one is so weird. You know, Lynn Vision just kind of spreading out across the map. A couple of almost accidental feeling picks, but this is some proactivity now from Vichil and Cobra Zero. They must be up. Listening to you. Well, I don't think westmelon's actually going to be ready for this, and he's not. So that's a great opening pick here, and I don't know if he actually spotted the second. He didn't need to.
No, but there's going to be a attempt at it from Amelia, spraying through a smoke with an AK. You just get traced easily by that one. Now they know that Vichil is going to be down there, but I think at this point in time, it might be a little bit too little too late. There goes Call Me Sue, who's really been shot down in this one, 0 and 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he might have actually been able to find the timing there, but they made the call. 9 was made alert to the fact that the upper tunnels was dirty. And yeah, Zaka missing a little bit of a sitter there. I suppose he did panic slightly. Now the nade to take some further damage. Double up on it and then swing in. This is a very weird game, Komodo. I am kind of torn about where I want this one to go. But the Huns have responded. They've got 5. They've taken the round back. Money's still decent for Lynn Vision.
And I don't even think this is like something that you can say is a big difference, because it's like the Huns, they were pretty close on map number 1 here with some faults of their own. Maybe they've reeled some of those in and recognized where they were lapsing. You know, last time these guys played, it was 13-7 in favor of Lynn Vision with that great T side too, remember? So it really feels like they've just kind of stalled on this map completely.
Alrighty, through. Again, just a very interesting start, right? Blind fire, straight through the smokes, back and forth. It's back to a 3-on-3 here. 9 is going to be forced away back in towards CT, and it's just that lurk out from Call Me Sue as well. He has been playing totally solo this map, hey?
Yeah, the biggest thing right now, as I was going to say, is Vichil had the double AWP that was going to be a surprise, and he's just thrown a smoke in towards tunnels and then got spammed out, luckily enough, by Colby Sue, who did manage to just catch him with a smoke in possession. And now they're stalling, they're waiting, they know tunnels is dirty. That's information secure that they can just pincer Cobra in here. This should be the recovery in this round for Lynn Vision. They should be able to close this. There goes 9. And they noted where Cobra was. Head for the hills.
Straight out of there. No holds barred. And Cobra actually gets hit with the shot as well. So, yeah, a little bit of a turn of the tides. And I think an important pick there for Call Me Sue, who has been not really doing a hell of a lot. You know, that lurk finally activating. So they start to make a scratch on the economy here. I do think that we're going to see the Huns invest again. They've got just enough to kind of make it work. And yeah, I don't know. It's still just such an interesting game.
100%. We're always evolving. We're always learning, adapting, and we're always doing silly plays in this game. And when you're in a game such as this, people will laugh.
Of course. And you got to.
Yeah,
because otherwise
you just got to laugh it off. Yeah, that's it. Good nade on the Starry and Amelia. Again, you really haven't been able to get outside of bedroom. That was a good read, unless they heard him. This is, you know, the resettable situation for the Huns too right now. Full investment, minimal utility, no AWP. If they're able to pull this round away, they'd be laughing. As you know, if we had one of those little prediction models over this one, it would be something like a 65-35 in favor of Lynn Vision here.
Yeah. Just looking over to my other screen as well. It looks like we have seen a pretty heavy domination from Atox, 13-5. So 13-6 for Tyloo on Mirage, 13-5 for Atox on Inferno. And again, For whatever reason, Tyloo just really dealing with the issues on the maps that require a little bit more of that structure. So 40 seconds left in this one. Util going down. They are posturing up towards short. They just have to overwhelm Bartak in this long position.
You know, he only does have a FAMAS. You'd have to just completely overlook the position. Or maybe take a one-on-one where he pre-fires you. Zerolta somehow managed to find 2 down mid. Why are you stretching out into mid to B with no cross smokes here as a team on the T side? I will have no idea when you've got no tunnels control either. Lynn Vision have given up this round.
Yeah. I mean, look, somehow Amelia shoulder peeks that, but will they overlook Cobra Zero? Looks like they will for now. They've got to line it up. Yeah, I don't know. Lynn Vision, I don't like what you're doing right now. This is very, very strange. It's very, very delayed. And I guess all we can really kind of lean on down to the fact is that they're just still trying to maybe work out some roles, trying to work out some issues, because that was a very, very lackluster round, an opportunity to reset the economy of the Huns, and they've lost it. They fumbled the bag.
Yeah, and they'll know that as well. There was a massive opportunity there for Lynn Vision to be able to come on back into this one. And what did I say, right? When the Huns are in that sort of round where they've got the lesser weaponry, they're able to steal away a round such as that one, they would absolutely be laughing at the outcome. And Lynn Vision have kind of given it to them on a silver platter. A ill-advised push out through the mid doors. You get doubled by Zerolt, and then you're trying to scramble to try and get back in towards the, some way in towards the round, and you just go through tunnels and get massacred. It's not a good look for Lynn Vision there.
Yeah, I think I just need to see a pickup of the pace, I suppose, for Lynn Vision. It's such a slow prod, and the fact that they're looking for the site takes with only sort of 20 seconds left after not really having a hell of a lot of control on the map. That round, they obviously just had to dry walk tunnels straight through a smoke. The fact that they even found one from Amelia was a good opportunity, but just made it a little bit too easy there for Cobra to wrap them up in a nice little parcel. So onto a odd force buy here, Komodo. The weaponry that they've got out is strange, but look, it's certainly enough to get the job done. And now they're much quicker up mid, a complete change of pace.
Yeah, but, they've got to try and find an opener here, and they've got to push 9 off the line if he's going to be happy enough to challenge a duel like this. One and done. Will fall on back, leading in Starry and Amelia with these lesser guns. Zach has tagged up. Okay, an opener, an opportunity.
Yeah, nicely done. Now Zerolt trying to find something. It's an awkward line, and now he gives up his position. Zach has found another. Call Me Sue is taking a beating inside mid, and he will be taken down in the end by Cobra Zero, but at least that's sort of given them enough space that they will be able to find that control and also the bomb plant. 2 Deagles, but they should be able to pick up weapons as well as they peek towards long. So there's an AK for Amelia. Starly should be able to pick up something as well, but Vachil just basically has to watch bedroom to see if anyone does rotate around. Cobra Zero doing the exact same. They've got utility to take into the next round, but now they are starting to feel those economic woes ever so slightly. They've got another buy into the next round, Komodo, but I don't know. Lynn Vision are going to be able to have a good crack at closing this gap.
Yeah, well, what do we see in the first map? 6-6 at the half, right? So that's definitely what you want to try and echo here on this one. And an opportunity here where you're not resetting your opponents just yet, but you're kind of about to do so going into the last round, where then they'll have the loss bonus if they win this one. A little bit of extra loss bonus coming in towards their pockets as well. I mean, you still do have to challenge 2 pretty strong rounds, in my opinion, of the Huns, who have already showed us some great prowess of coming back from a deficit, have been pretty proficient with their utility, and happy enough to actually not over-rotate too much on this map, where I thought that they may very well do. It plagued them over on Inferno. I would be any different here, but they do recognize the fact.
Trying to peek forward here now out of bedroom, but the single smoke from Bartak actually manages to hold them away. And look at this aggression up short now, Komodo. Zaka's going to be onto that line. He should very well find something, but no, he actually peels away. He's not going to be ready for this one at all. Up close, and he misses the shot. What? Oh my God, they've been decimated. All falling apart now. Westmelon needs to try and connect onto this shot. There's going to be a couple of warning bullets thrown out. Zerolt now picks up the AWP. It's going to be about if they can clear around or not. I mean, Call Me Sue does get one back, but look at now the pickup. This is a good control, a good call to come out from Bartek to rotate all the way back around because... Exactly, but I think they're ready for it. They should have a level of awareness now on this aggression from the Huns.
You got to dig deep if you are Sue here. Westmelon as well. These are the 2, correct me if I'm wrong, that did come back with a miraculous play over at Inferno. Actually,
Yeah.
no, they won the pistol, didn't they? The 2 versus 4 pistol. Yeah, so you really need to see something come back from them like that. Dry in towards this long position for a Famus for Bartak.
Surely they clear it. It's going to be onto that line. The right eye peek, and there's one shot. Bartak should be able to get 1 and 2, yeah. Oh, man. Just bad timing there from Zaka, right? You know, he unscopes. If he holds on for just a half second, he might be able to find something. But the fact that Zerolt gets 2 without even being contested, yeah, every single individual from Lynn Vision just doesn't seem to be in the right headspace right now.
Even in that like situation there against him, when you're got one player holding the pit or the long angle, and you've got someone clearing out the bin, you know, if you see shots raining, there's only kind of one spot you can be, and there's no quick realization from them as well. So it feels like something definitely is missing here a little bit for Fallen Vision, just as this round looks like a dead round. Let's probably reset.
Oh. More tech issues.
More tech issues.
Pain.
A little bit.
But that's okay. Seems like it's been identified nice and quickly, so if it's just a quick reset, we should be A-okay. Looks like maybe westmelon was AFK there, so maybe there is even some ping or PC issues or something along those lines, but nonetheless, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the longest first halves of Counter-Strike that I've had in quite some time, Komodo. You know, we talk about how MR12 changed the pace of the game and how these games can be sometimes very, very quick and hard to stabilize, but this feels like we've already had a whole map and we're not even at halftime yet.
I mean, Inferno was the same, wasn't it? Like, that one felt pretty deep in the run, in the time.
At least that was a bit faster, though. Some of those rounds, you know, there was the constant contest towards, like, Nana. So there was a little bit of engagement back and forth. I feel like this has just been either an early pick or two or kind of just some odd spacing. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been a very, very strange map. And for both these teams that are very, very good, you know, Lynn Vision is certainly not proving themselves in the server right now. And the Huns are kind of just, I'd say, a bit confused, right? You know, just the way that they're kind of wandering around the map and finding some of these picks. They've definitely taken matters into their own hands, like the mid-walk just then, the dark push before.
The funny thing, the way I look at it right now, is the Huns are thinking to themselves that we're just objectively better at taking duels, and that's what they're doing. They're fighting Lynn Vision, who are even scrambling to clear corners and get their guns out to just take a fight.
Don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. Because, yeah, as I said, when your opponents aren't kind of performing up to what you'd usually expect from them, why not take advantage of that, right?
100%. I mean, it's always going to be that good recognition of a CT team as well to just quickly figure out where your opponent's gaps are and where their weaknesses are and exploit them time and time again. You know, and then where do your own strengths lie? You know, the reason I highlight is all those opportunities that the Huns could come out with earlier on, like that tunnels push that they do, is because they haven't really shown too much of their hand just yet at that point in time in the map, right? They've kind of just been taking the fights over at long, and that was it. We saw nothing in tunnels. We saw nothing really in mid. They finally go to do something different and work to treat. So really good proactivity and awareness from the Huns.
Kangaroo, Dion.
Yeah.
We're going back to the conversation. So it stinks. That's the problem. So I made some like meal prep with it a while ago. You can get these like 1 kilo bags of kangaroo mints, which is like super lean. So it's a great gains meal. If you buy that like protein pasta as well, like free gains. But when it goes into the fridge and you reheat it, it just has a stank about it. And it's really, really upsetting because it could be one of the best kind of easy meals to put together for meal prep and stuff like that, and not too expensive either. But yeah, unfortunately, when you pull it out and it stinks out the work kitchen or the home kitchen, a little bit disappointing.
I reckon you could cook a mean bit of meat on Inferno apartments. They've got, you know, a room there, out a teaspoon with a kitchen and a couch and stuff, you know.
I like where your head's going. I'm glad you're not doing the second series. Man needs to go to bed.
Nah, I'm fine. Last round and a half though right now.
Yeah, finally. It's funny, like, I'm normally hell around this, but again, it's just been such an interesting one. Like, because of I feel like it must be so hard to mentally get into this one with all the tech delays too, because we don't know exactly what it's been. I know there's been some audio issues, but like challenges mentally, right? Now they're going to actually walk through mid here, so a hell of a lot more proactivity.
I think Zerolt has a prime position as well if he wants to try and go for a little bit to flex his muscles and wrap them. That he'd get all of the information right now because he's gotten to bedroom with 0 utilities, 0 sound scene. You get util trickling out of tunnels from the vision. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm wrapping.
There'll be a mid to B smoke, and there will be. So Cobra does only manage 1. And that was a much better approach. Straight down mid. You know, they're going to be able to take the site control here. They've got a couple of extra weapons. And now 9 also joining the way through. Bartak and Zerolt will also find their way up the B ramp. So they're going to go nice and balls to the wall in this position. Molotov towards cart. Nobody home. So they are going to pick up the pace and try to get straight in here, Komodo. So they're going to make their good effort as best as they possibly can. And they're doing the damage. Zaka and westmelon, though, are able to find it. So there we go. In the end, 7-5. Lynn Vision fight back. Last time I'm going to mention it, but 2 hours, 15 minutes we've been here, and we're only in the second half of the second map. And with the Huns ahead of the curve right now, it looks like it could potentially go their way. However, we do know that Lynn Vision Gaming are fighters. So let's see what they can do here. Astari starts to get the opening here. It does get tagged up Amelia, but at least there's an opening pick already found.
Hey, at least this time he makes A long his home and he doesn't lose his life immediately like he did 5 times. There's duels going on both sides of the map at the moment, however. You've got to respect a smoke at B tunnels. Meanwhile, Starry lighten up, even pushing for more. He might actually be finding more.
Not ready for it at all. No chance. Yeah, he might even get 3 and 4 potentially. But they do start to chase him up towards top mid. Unfortunately, westmelon, again, it's just an interesting round, isn't it? You know, the fact that Starry might walk away with an ace is just unbelievable scenes, really. And a bit of a testament of this one. You know, he was looking really, really good on Inferno. He's had a pretty rough start, as you can see. You know, he was only 2 and 10 before this 4K. And now Bartak. By the way, this game's been going. Bartak almost wins the round with a crazy 1v5. But no, it won't happen. Amelia lives on. And it's going to be Call Me Sue to take that opening pick. And we're only 1 round the difference.
An opportunity for Lynn Vision on a side that they haven't shown too much on historically. I'll take that back. Recent history, I guess you'd say. These are the rounds that you sort of just kind of want to let them go in their own motions as well and see what Lynn Vision are going to reveal, right? Because the Huns revealed that they just want to take control of A long, relinquish it over in mid and just hold down B. That's why they were able to do some little different strategies later on in the half. Vision could certainly try and do something of a similar ilk.
Just another nice cruisy round, really, as you'd hope here. Just damage out from westmelon. He does get legged up in the end, but there's a march down mid. Much better on confidence. Oh my goodness. Hang on.
Excuse me?
Hang on. There was a world where if he connected with that shot, there was something that could potentially have happened, but that was a nice little flick. That's woken me right up. The Huns now tied scoreline facing down with Lynn Vision, and with that extra damage, it's certainly going to make the 3rd round a little bit more rough for Lynn Vision. But they've still got the all-putt for Zaka.
Yeah, 9 though with the scout. If you can get some good info on the cross as well, maybe even some chipper damage, right? These AKs can certainly start to sing. But I'm looking at their utility at the moment, and I'm just seeing a couple of flashes, like 2 of them. They've already lost 9, actually.
Very nice opener. It's been a complete change of pace, hasn't it, for Lynn Vision? Call Me Sue just on the job of watching over towards tunnels. This time he's going to send his way back down towards mid. westmelon already having a hell of a lot of this control as well. So the proactivity from Lynn Vision is looking much more solid on this CT side.
By the way, Zach is now on 13 kills. He's certainly shot up after, you know, having a disappearing act at the beginning of the map again. And
also an Inferno just in general right until the final round.
Correct. Now this time Sue, who is in the void, it feels right now. He's going to feel so interested in going for this peak, and that's, yeah, unfortunate.
It's all right. He's done some good damage onto Bartak here, so I guess it's going to be the question on to how Zaka can look. I think he actually got the leg shot onto the collateral there. Just going to be so careful of this member coming out from tunnels, and now with that pick, he's going to be able to reface the line, and that is much cleaner looking for Lynn Vision. Seems like they're starting a bit of a trend here now as they send the Huns economy packing. Just down to a bit of an eco here and a lead that we weren't really kind of expecting given the start of this game. Lynn Vision have woken up.
Yeah, if they can start to find their momentum on this CT side and look to close this one down, then they will potentially even get a little bit of a breath of fresh air, depending on how that other game does go, because that one potentially has a bit of depth to it as well. But I definitely don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. Slow proceedings for the Huns, just on this little pistol round of theirs. If you can give a couple of kills over towards Call Me Sue, you know he's going to be taking them once.
Nice and easy breezy. Again, really, you know, not a hell of a lot that can be done here outside of a few nasty deagle shots. And with the way that bomb is going, 9 rotating all the way around back towards tunnels. They have got a little bit of mid presence, but again, no utility to isolate the choke point. Starry can now drop in towards mid. Great shot there from Vachil, but does get a quick response. Now as they walk their way up short, there should be eyes postured from Zaka straight back on towards that line. And there's a 16th for him. Will it be a 17th? Absolutely. He is hitting some shots now. Much better game from Zaka into this second. And now 9 tagged up as well. Does have the bomb, but a long way from home. The rotation would have been there anyway. So Lynn Vision walk away with 9.
A way around such as that should go at the end, right? Pass mark, surviving with 3. If you survive with 4 or 5, you're even better. So westmelon will just buy it back up. This time, though, for the Huns, they really need to be able to seal the deal here, because if they don't, they're playing on the back of the 3,400 max loss bonus, and even on the T side, you know, when you're getting that one on in, you've got no confidence on the back of it. You do not get enough for, you know, a map like Dust2. Be grouping in towards the tunnels at the moment too. You can stave them off a little bit longer with some extra utility, but for Zaka, I mean, he's ready. Oh, I saw a world.
He could go really big here, Komodo, but he's taken. Nice trade there in the end, but westmelon sitting on towards the back of sight. He's going to be able to deny too. And unfortunately for 9, well, westmelon, I don't think he was quite aware of that. I'm not going to count these chickens because the chickens have been roasted. And, you know, you've got to cook it just right. Otherwise, you'll be dealing with old salmonella.
They have so much utility for a good retake here, and Starry is too far forward.
Damage is just crazy. The fact that they even want to contest this as well, Komodo, they want to try and walk through that smoke. Instead, they're going to wait for the utility, and I think Nine's going to take matters into his own hands. Oh my god, he's winning it, isn't he? Even after the efforts coming through from Zaka, even after the moments, no, okay. Emilia will be able to breathe a sigh of relief there as a 10th round now secured here for Lynn Vision. They lose absolutely everything in the process, but fortunately for them, the money is good. They haven't been impacted by the CT-sided woes and not even needing to pick up the AWP there. They hold on to the AK. There's plenty of money in the hands of Starry. They'll be all good for now.
Yeah, I saw a world where Zaka lined up the 3 of them in the tunnels there as well. Yeah, it was looking like it could have been plausible, but he bought his time as well, right? I think maybe a little bit assisted that he was flashed behind the big box, so well done at the end for Lynn Vision to fend off another gun round of the Huns and make things a little bit more difficult. Again, this is going to be that full loss bonus coming into their back pockets. And where I mentioned, you know, you want all of the utility that you could possibly want for the T side on this map. This is a round which might actually showcase just why Galil for Bartak. Utility is actually being held and respected a little bit more for the Huns right now, which I do like to see. They've got complete control of mid. They can choose where they want to go. And if it is going to be towards an A-sided split, I mean, they're going to have to try and just overwhelm Emilia, who can even get some assistance by nice timed rotation from Zaka with that AWP. Starry can even throw a flashbang for them as they actually juggle over the utility to get Zaka the majority of that one. So it's good to see Lynn Vision's mid-round calls are really changing things up here. But again, the emphasis really has to be on the Huns.
Putting the brakes on the Huns. Now they start to walk their way up short, but once again, Zaka can slot in over towards Car. 50 seconds. Another smoke down towards mid from Starry, so surely that's going to start to set their eyes over. There is a mid to B smoke, but again, I don't really think that that is the method to their madness. It's just going to be Zaka again trying to provide some additional support, but again, once more, straight onto that line. Flash goes out, but how long will they be able to hold it? Oh, Zaka does turn off the line. He does narrowly miss that additional shot. He has to pull away completely here. But at least it's enough to kind of deter the offense from the Huns. They will get that bomb planted now.
But with minimal utility as well, they really just need to be crispy with the aim here.
Patience is going to be a virtue here for Lynn Vision. Slowly prodding their way in now. Waiting for that timer to tick. Zaka hits another shot as he repositions. Very nicely done as they do swing a little bit too wide there from Goose. And now Nine hoping to clear at the right time. But as they walk in towards that line, it is going to be a rough one. Potentially all coming down to timing. Shots will be secured, but Nine hitting heads. They're running out of time here, Komodo. All left on to Nine, but he's taken by Call Me Sue. And I think they just have enough time. It's going to be so damn tight. It's okay.
Oh.
I was thinking
to myself in that moment, they were scrambling to try and find it. And I think, like, did Zaka touch it before one of the others with a kit did? Because somebody got on it and then got off it. Unless my audio is a little bit wigging there. Regardless, by the skin on their teeth, the enamel are chipping.
Yeah, it basically would have been a 1v5 there for Nine. You know, like, sure, there was teammates alive at the time, but if he walked away with that one, that would have just been an unbelievable round and a way to potentially get the Huns back into this. But westmelon still even got the confidence to go lower dark after that, and Zaka narrowly misses the head down towards suicide there. He's tried his best. But now look at this utility. It makes it very, very awkward. westmelon, oh, they've done so well to bait him into submission there. Just using that Molotov to clear out lower dark, making him seem like no one is in tunnels. And now it's advantage on HP, at least, for Lynn Vision.
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen at bedroom here between Amelia and, of course, Vachil too, who's really been that wing player to try and find a lot of this timing. And he's not really been too successful on it just yet. Do force Zaka off the line with that AWP over at the side itself. So with a minute to go for the Huns, this is where they try to just engage in a favorable fight. Oh,
that's rough. Damage dealt. So at the very least, they can lean on to Call Me Sue here. He is playing a very, very forward position, and now he's spotted. He has to try and play the jewels, and he will be able to. Two's not bad because they can just march straight through that smoke there, and they've caught the timing. They've caught the bomb.
Yeah.
It's down, and now Vachil has to do absolutely everything solo, and I think Zach is just watching straight onto that window. He absolutely is. Not a single round on the board for the Huns since we switched the half.
You want to know the funny thing? Last time, this is exactly what happened, but Lynn Vision were on the T side. Are they just second half savages? Like what is happening?
All I'm starting to think, because, like, look, this was usually, in my mind, going to be a Lynn Vision win, right? And it should have been cleaner than it was. So I'm just wondering if all of these tech issues that have been plaguing the side of Lynn Vision so badly is maybe impacting their gameplay, because now at least we see another pick picked up by Zaka. 23-9. What a change again. You know, it all comes down to that final round of Inferno, the AWP.
So what you're saying is play with the economy of Lynn Vision. Don't let Zaka get an AWP, and then you're going to be winning. There's a chance, though. There's a chance here in the 4v4.
All they can hope for is a chance, Komodo. They've got not much else. And, you know, even with Call Me Sue after having a pretty decent Inferno, he's had a quiet one. So I think that's a great pick from westmelon there. They do get the dink from Bartak. And as they try to march their way out, westmelon is going to buy himself some additional time. But Call Me Sue's not exactly in a position where he can actually help out. So they're going to just have to rely on Amelia pushing all the way up. westmelon should be down for sure. The timing is good, but it's only enough for one. And now, as it is going to be Amelia walking all the way down mid to try and gather that control back, I think they're just going to have to wait and try play the 2v2 on the retake in full.
Yeah, that was a small overextension from Call Me Sue for the ending of that one there, in towards this 2-on-2.
All the way from back plat. Amelia just has to try and hit that shot. Zaka up very, very close. I don't think he's actually found the timing. So roll for chill. Have to try clutch this one out. Zaka tries to get his way through, but he's taken. And now it's all left onto Amelia. Inside that smoke will be the play up towards Heaton. But as it's an awkward line, Vachil is going to be able to find it. And finally, for the Huns, a round pulled out of the hat. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance.
From 12 to 7.
I like Twevin.
11. Pew pew. From 12 to 7 to try and push us into an overtime here for the Huns to have a chance in this upper bracket. Of course, winner will be playing the winner of Atox and Tyloo. Losers will also fight in the lower bracket and then say see you later.
That lower bracket obviously not going to be happening for another hour and a half if we are successful for Lynn Vision here. It'll be a nice little break for you guys, right? You know, we'll reset. Everyone will go off and make their dinner. It is about that time for most parts of Asia.
Yeah, don't count Melbourne.
Melbourne is its own country.
Sad Australia.
It's like Sydney, Melbourne, New Zealand, just so far ahead of the rest of the world. GMT +8 Sigma time zone. But Zaka forced off the line, so he will send his way back in towards CT. He does actually try to fight it for a little bit longer, I think. He still wants to play ball here. He actually does extend his way through. He gets a leg shot onto Zerald. Now as they walk their way up short, it's going to have to be the rotation back around here from this long control Komodo.
Yeah, long control, not even sniffed out that there's two there for Lynn Vision.
Oh my god, Zaki wants to try and find the fight, but he's taken down, and it's going to be 9. And Cobra Zera, Amelia does find 1, but he's taken on the trade, and they're already here. I was about to say it could potentially be a save, but it's going to be a fight straight away. westmelon looking to get on towards it. The HE is good to blow up the smoke, but now they can start to run forward. Komisu trying to get some further damage in the 1v3 clutch here. How much can he find? The rotation is now coming through CT. If he tries to fight this one over towards Wizard, there might be an opportunity. Tapping onto the defuse, just waiting. They think it's a bait. They think the information is good, but now Komisu might be able to actually get onto this. He's surely going to be aware. Is it going to be an experience? Is it going to be that moment? Oh! Doesn't spot the head, and Zerol gets away with murder.
It got the recognition right at the end of that one. You could see the back thought just before he got hit in the head. Repositioned his aim just to dodge it. So he did. Either someone called it that you saw him, or you recognized that he saw him. Too little, too late though. Right in that little nth millisecond. However, though, Mitch, you know what that means? The Huns have a breath here against the full USPs.
This is nuts. I can't believe this game is... Well, look. First of all, I couldn't believe that Lynn Vision won so many. Now as they walk all the way up, it's getting a little bit scary. 9 is...
They're leaving 9. They have
That's
to.
okay. They have to. Like, if 9 doesn't get anything here... Oh, no. Do they fight for this? I think they can go for this.
I think you save the AWP and you kind of send the rest of it to do whatever.
That's the smart way of doing it, right? But sometimes the smart way isn't the most entertaining way.
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like that is what they're doing, though.
Any kills actually really hurt the Huns into the next round. So this is dangerous.
No, dude, they're going for this. They want this round, and I don't blame them. They're going to have another buy into the next round anyway.
There's no kit.
Okay. They pulled away. It's fine. They were lining up short for a second until that smoke went down.
USP's up with the bomb. Save the AWP, save the AK. You get another kill, and it's absolutely bloody gorgeous. And I don't know how he's... Yeah, USP's hunting here. You're up with the bomb anyway. If you can catch him before he fades out, which you do. Oh, Starry didn't die, though. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's CT side. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, all that damage, I mean, it keeps Fachil's economy very honest. And Zerol will get... he was the one that survived, so he's fine too. Does 9 want to request an AWP from the team? I don't really think you got the opportunity to be able to do so in this current point in time. You just have to 5 rifle.
Okay. I feel like if Lynn Vision doesn't convert this, it starts to get a little bit more stressful for them. A 13-10 is already close enough of a game, let alone having to deal with the potential economic weakness into the finale. But it would be ironic that we would need both rounds of 24 to get a determination on this series.
Yeah, there's a big difference for the Huns, though, because they finally just get some very clean A-long control when there's a gun round present for Lynn Vision. They've invested 3 smokes and a couple of mollies over here, though, to be able to get it. But the timing from 9, that's impeccable.
This is rough. They're already weakened up, and I think they're already saving. I think they're already doing it, Komodo. How... It's like they're listening. I swear to God, right? We say the Huns haven't won a single T-sided round. Bang, 4 in a row.
That's just the caster kiss.
It is, man. It really is. But look, all I can say is the game's not crap anymore, which is nice. And that's not even criticism again on the teams, right? You know, the lull and the slowness from the tech issues that was plaguing, not us, but the server, like plaguing the players, definitely made for a slower game, and the pace as well and truly picked up.
They need to be careful that the hunt is actually coming on and not focusing on that stupid stalker bolt. Yeah.
I think they die.
Well, they can't afford to.
So careful. Yeah, Zaka's watching that line. So awkward. He knows at least one's there. Komisu should be able to defend. Okay.
Yeah, whew. They needed to hold on to 2 of those guns here to be able to fashion a pretty decent buy in this last round here. Otherwise, you know, you're going to overtime, and, you know, if you give the Huns that affordance to actually have some money to play with, which is the one thing that they've not been really able to do on this T side. You know, they dropped the pistol the second round, right? And then they dropped their first gun round and the next one after that too. How many of those rounds, if they, after that, had just had some extra money to be able to get a good buy-in, do they start this comeback train a little bit earlier where the Lynn Vision squad aren't maybe even on round 12, right? So if this pushes into overtime, they're kind of happy with that, at least, to be able to try and push us into a third and final map. And I think that pendulum has certainly swung in the favor of the Huns.
To defeat The Huns. I need to watch that again, man. Mulan, so elite. But, yeah, look. Everything on the plate now. All on the table. Weapons to boot. Utility all across the board. And it's a quick run into tunnels. They might even be looking to make this one work as early as possible.
Oh, I like it.
I suppose eyes are going to be onto westmelon. Yeah, exactly. Smoke's going to go down now. The flash starting to come out. He's got enough time. And westmelon only opens up with one. They overlook Call Me Sue, but he does get taken. And Komodo, I'm not even going to say it at this point because it feels inevitable.
Call Me Sue literally looked into his teammate's flash there because they took so long to bloody rip it.
Yeah. A little bit of miscommunication. Call Me Sue, the newest addition to the team. So we take a deep breath. And if we're going to see something from Lynn Vision, it needs to be massive. It needs to be this full 3-on-4 offense as all of the Huns are locked in towards the site. Damage onto Vachil already. Bartak also low, but they're just holding onto this utility. They're taking so damn long, Komodo. They will be able to flush the Molotov on towards the car. That is going to put Vachil into an awkward line, but he gets one. Starry finding another. And now the response. They're running out of time. Starry's doing damage. Zach is not even on the site. He's taking so long. He might be able to connect, but no. What is happening? Halftime? Overtime? Help.
The coach is in the server. Yeah, halftime. Halftime? Overtime.
Overtime. I mean, broken.
I mean, they threw a molly in tunnels. They smoked it. They had a flash ready for the fence, and they never threw it. And then eventually, when westmelon throws the flash, he dies because he waits way too long to throw it. And then he flashes Call Me Sue, who then dies. Like, guys, you hear that stampeding, just rip the flash.
Zaka finally getting an opening kill here. That is a massive turn of the tides. Remind you all, overtime is first to 16.
OG CS.
Yeah, we do need the full rounds of regulation. Clearly, MR12 not good enough for these two teams. It wasn't that opening map of Inferno, but again, it was scrappy. Now westmelon trying to look through, but he spotted out for chill. Oh, man, the B site is weak.
There's a leak. There's a leak at this B site right now.
Yeah, it's really rough, isn't it? You know, this is the thing about changing those potential positions because now, even though it's into a 3-on-3, they do have that one member in 9 in lower dark just watching to see if there's any rotation around. And oh, he misses a sitter. Draken, 30-degree window as we see it. Now they rotate back up towards tunnels. They can start to move quickly. They've got the utility. Zaka just watching on towards that window line. But again, you saw how late he was into that previous round. They have to get moving. They don't want to give too much time away. The flash goes over the top now. Starry tagged up inside that smoke. And Cobra Zero to do the additional damage. Zaka can't do anything. Can't find any time. And there is certainly a leaky tap. Call a plumber immediately because B is flooded.
And I'm absolutely like, my jaw is on the floor. And the fact that you lose control of mid to B, you already heard footsteps of position in tunnels, and you still go for an open duel as Lynn Vision. I don't know what the heck is going on between Call Me Sue and westmelon over at the B site, but it is seemingly from our position so indecisive on where the heck they want to just sit. They don't know what to do.
It just seems to be lack of experience is basically all I can put it down to, right? You know, and I can't tell if it's lack of experience on Call Me Sue's listen ability or if it's just, you know, maybe a little bit of mismanagement between him and westmelon, because at this point in time, you wonder, like, do we change positions? But if you change your fundamentals, you change your basics, it can certainly be a bold thing to boast. But at this point in time, you know, Lynn Vision, they're running out of options. They're running out of time. And already losing the opening round of this overtime certainly makes it very, very spicy.
Chance for the Huns, though, again. They've already managed to cross over towards the outer bedroom bin.
Oh, Molotov. Floods him into submission. westmelon picking up 2 nicely found. And some respite. But for how long?
It's been too long for Dust2. What color is that bin again? I forget.
Blue.
Thank you. Blue bin. There you go. The utility was in the blue bin.
What's top mid called?
Top mid.
Palm tree.
Top mid.
True. Starry wanting to fight his way through. But again, they're just going to try and abuse Call Me Sue, aren't they? Oh no, he's dead again, Starry. He's low, Amelia. He's low HP. They're just burning inside this Molotov. They're watching towards it like a hawk. Amelia's so low on HP. Starry! I don't like it. Bombs dropped. Bombs dropped. That's the only thing. I didn't even notice.
He's pulling at the heartstrings in a situation like that because you're hearing the ticks on the flames and you're going for a dual low. Now,
oh my God!
That's a sharp, reactive shot. But now it's 2-on-1.
They've got the bomb.
Yeah.
Surely they know. Amelia's walked straight over it. I mean, look, they've got to be careful that they don't separate and give the 1v1s.
The thing is, Amelia doesn't actually need to reveal himself here that they've got the bomb. Like, he can let the bomb be picked on up because 9 knows. And he's gonna totally be ready. He's got time to go to B. You could have just left the bomb and bait them into an A-sided play. But now there's actually a way that 9 wins this because you're overzealous to take that fight.
God.
Why are Lynn Vision giving so many jewels that they don't need to? This game should have been done 2 years ago.
Oh, did he even see him on the cross? I don't know if he spotted his shoulder or not. He can just run straight up there. westmelon has no utility here. Just has to walk straight dry into it. They get the spot. They get the info. And now it's just going to be on towards this battle. The Molotov is good, but now he's up in towards the window. He's trying to shoulder it out as best as possible. 9, just sitting heating. Can buy as much time as he wants. westmelon does have the kit, and now he starts to creep on through. He should know exactly where he is. He doesn't want to drop off the box anytime soon, maybe just to try and fake the audible. He gets onto the top of the site, and oh my God. I'm Asian CS Clip of the Week or Asian CS Match of the Week, right? This is 2 of the top teams in Asia, right? Not the very top, but Lynn Vision certainly was at the tippy top, and the Huns have got the experience to call the same.
Oh, man. I tell you what.
And the game is live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again to everyone for your patience. We know how much you guys love Asian Counter-Strike, so that's why we are here. And it's going to be a relatively quick move here from Lynn Vision on this T side of Anubis to try and just scope out A main.
Anubis, let the games begin. Last time these guys did face on this map, by the way, it went Lynn Vision's way 13-9. No, sorry, it went the Huns' way 13-9.
Will things change?
And
that
it is
will be the question.
On the T side. Very slow start to the T side for Lynn Vision. Bit of a challenge in mid doors, however. Overextension from Cobra by himself with no assistance. Never mind. Gets the job done.
Not bad at all. These Julies can always be spooky when it does come to the T side and the CT side approach. But good approach there from Zerolt. You know, happy to go picking down towards that position. Now Cobra on the flank. Is he able to find another? So it's been pretty damn clean. Now Call Me Sue, the only one to find something. And as they wrap around 1 versus 4, I mean, look, he's got a little bit of space, but he has to go invest in towards that position, and he's going to get taken down by 9. So another round going the way of the Huns. And, you know, with the pacing that's behind them right now, it could very well be 2 Mongolian teams in that upper bracket and 2 Chinese teams in the lower.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we did just have a 12-7 comeback victory in overtime. So don't think that everything is just already done from a single extension. And of course, I thought Lynn Vision were actually just going to stampede straight in towards the A site in that pistol round. But they thought better of it. Maybe they would have been better if they did just decide to do that and dodge out the dualies. This round, however, though, Mitch, they're just going to be on towards these pistols to have a bit of a chit-chat and see what they want to do with the guns in the next round. More importantly for the Huns, just get a good start to this CT side. Don't drop anything.
Bartek clearly just tapping away with the Julies, right? He's playing a second pistol round. And I mean, there's been some reasonable damage, but happy to tap away. It's all falling apart for the side of Lynn Vision. But again, with no investment there, obviously with no bomb plant, they're happy to just sort of roll through it. Bartek will get taken down, but again, only losing the Julies there. And on the flank, there's good damage from the Chill. And now the Huns walk away with a second round here. Lynn Vision need to put something together now. As we know, Anubis still very much T-sided.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of questioning, you know, a good way in which the Huns do navigate this map generally is having a good performance from the chill. It always feels like this map is one of his that he is just aware of, and so far having a kind of a mid performance in today's affairs, you know, this is certainly the time for him to deliver a decisive blow, I reckon.
You reckon, do ya?
Well, unless Call Me Sue does awake on Lynn Vision's side because we've been hyping him up so often.
We've been waiting for the man to activate. Did have a good couple of moments on Inferno, right? But there he is. Showing up to the plate already, finding the opening pick here for Lynn Vision. But plenty more work to do over towards that side of A, which the chill looks like he's starting to peel back.
The problem is for Lynn Vision, however, though, they've only got 2 smokes now. You want to try and get in towards one of these bomb sites, you need to see some overextensions from the CTs, and that's exactly what's happening. That's what Lynn Vision did, remember, Midge, time and time again. That's how they kept getting plagued. They kept going aggressive when they were at a deficit. Now we're seeing the Huns do it. Yes, it is only round 3. But if they get into that situation time and time again, and that tendency, that'll get the better of them.
Again, it's a pretty slow start to the round, but ultimately, after finding those opening picks, Zaka does manage to get one onto Bartak. So it's a good-looking opening gun round for them. 9 able to drop Amelia. I mean, look, there's still HP. It's still got the kits in play, but I think the way they want to look at it is they probably just want to save the weaponry in towards the next round. A little bit of extra utility. So it gives them a bit of a coffer. I mean, Bartak doesn't have a hell of a lot, but the rest of the members can buy for him.
Any damage that you can even do on this Exa right now is not going to be a bad thing too. So we'll see what sort of navigation Lynn Vision decides to do. Already got the hunt in from the likes of Starry and westmelon. But again, you know, both of these teams have showcased to us in the beginning stages of these maps a little bit of tentative approaches on the T side. Some risks on the CT side, and then we still end up, you know, doing the same things when we exchange halves, and we're at a close half for the exchange. So maybe one of these teams will look to change that up. Might even see an AWP picked up for the Huns nice and early. There you go. Vachil's just going to exit that from the ragdoll. Straight into the hands of 9. Wouldn't even be surprised if he goes for some aggressive peek down towards mid, or even towards A main. Very proficient AWP. Likewise of Zaka, you know. Activating at the tail end of Inferno. Thought he was going to close in down Dust2, but he didn't.
Oh, yeah. Zaka's efforts, unfortunately, were left behind on Dust2, it feels like. Almost 30 kills and an L. Doesn't exactly go together. And now Vachil, oh, he might be in for a bit of a rude awakening here. Yeah, he is. He's going to have to get that Molotov down, but westmelon will rip his head off in the process. They do go through the molly, though, and Bartek will be able to find the damage in the process, too. But he's dropped so low there. It's just fire everywhere on towards this site of A. Murder on the dance floor as a 4v3 situation does posture. Lynn Vision are pretty happy with that. They're going to pull away completely.
Get another situation, though, for Lynn Vision where they are lacking in the utility. So these are the situations for the Huns where, yeah, they're at a player deficit. Are they going to take that risk and look to try and equalize things? Or are they just going to recognize that they can play on the back of 9's AWP still over at this A site? You have a little bit of a spotto from Cobra in mid, and it just ensures the Rolt can't see any water cross. And then you should get a pretty good idea on where Lynn Vision are going to look to end things. And again, with that lackluster utility, definitely can set up 9 to find one and have a second bite at the cherry, or even reposition and look to play a 3-on-3.
And these rounds are just so slow, aren't they? I'm not looking to overextend, but again, the Huns at the exact same time, they're not kind of trying to take too much control here. 9 will be able to delay the shot enough to find Amelia. And now creeping around to the side. They're still yet to get in towards the side here. Call Me Sue really has to try and find this space. Looking to get that plant, but again, looking over towards the pillar. Starry will be able to find Cobra Zero in the process. Now 9 trapped on an island all alone. And they can just keep him there. Starry doesn't need to do a hell of a lot. And I think 9's actually going to start to pull away. He's already dropping away towards CT as Zerolt does posture up towards camera. But again, they're just so hesitant. It does look like they want to go for this. If Zerolt does find one, he could be doing something. But again, he's traded. And it is going to be nice in the end. Zerolt gets 2, but Zaka to close. He definitely did. It was a bit of a fadeaway there, wasn't it?
I thought that by, you know, what it was, that it didn't even come into fruition. So I thought I was a 2v0 at the end of that one. Regardless, we'll be tied up 2-2. And with that round, the Huns will be pushed on to a eco round and a timeout early. What do you talk about in a situation like this?
I don't know. Hey, it's a toughie. Like, there's a lot to think about. But again, you know, some of these rounds have just been going so slow that it can be hard to work out how you shift it up.
Yeah.
Just feels like neither team kind of has a grasp or an understanding about what the other is doing.
The problem is, from what we saw on Dust2 and even Inferno for that matter, the beginning stages of the maps, the teams on the CT side kind of just did the same thing for the first like 5 rounds. And then it really opened up the remaining next couple to change the strategy and take the Ts completely off guard. So I'm wondering if the Huns are going to be able to do that in a round after this. You know, get a bit more forward aggression in A main, for example.
That's exactly what they're doing, but obviously they're trying to find it on the pistol round.
Yeah.
Zeralt might be able to spot out the gun barrel of Zaka here, but Vachil gets legged up in the process as well. So it is a little bit of an awkward line. That's a great shot from Zeralt, though, but as Zaka repositions back towards the stairs, he will be able to find another. And now just left onto Vachil and Cobra Zira. Zaka's getting his shots. This is exactly what we need to see from him. So it looks like Lynn Vision very well should be walking away with a third here. Cobra Zira, not really a hell of a lot that he can do in the eco. Just going to be waltzing straight in towards his demise. What do we see here? Warning shot. Just the one tap.
Just a clean execution. And for Zaka as well, that's really good from him, because as long as those shots don't taper off, he's going to be an absolute pivotal piece to Lynn Vision's game in this one. Try and, you know, stay in the upper bracket and go toe-to-toe against Atox. But on the back of that eco, the Huns will finally get their buy on up. I don't believe there's going to be an AWP 4-9 to play with in this round. And no early shenanigans afoot from them either. No little set play for some forward momentum space, unless you, well, actually, no, there is a little bit of push on up. See if anything is actually going to happen there for Lynn Vision, because Call Me Sue's died in B main.
They're trying to posture their way up mid. If they can find the gap, maybe there's something to work with. Call Me Sue obviously down already, and now Vachil trying to reposition. They definitely seem like they're keen over towards this B site, but again, you know, that position from Call Me Sue is so aggressive. If Vachil can find something here, but it's a great swing out from Amelia. Nice and wide, nice and dry, and 9 now looking like he's potentially going to find a contest towards main. westmelon actually catches him, walk through a smoke. So that should be plenty of B control, but again, Lynn Vision have just parked it. They don't want to over-aggress just yet. They are going to ramp up the pace now through the connector, but they still don't have any idea as to how clear this side of B actually is, Komodo.
I mean, how many times have I already hammered on the fact that the CTs today, when they've had an advantage, they kind of give it up themselves by looking for more on a wing of the map. We've just seen that twice. Vachil in A main, 9 in B main, pushing on through a corner on the smoke that's completely read by westmelon. And that's just the round. Really well played out by Lynn Vision with the patience and individual duels being won. There will be at least enough of a safety net for the Huns to go at it again in the next round. But, you know, I'm a little bit surprised that the teams just haven't figured out so far on the course of 2 long maps that over-aggression on the CT side is more often than not what's causing them to lose these rounds, because the fallout effects is literally after those kills.
It's such a slow waltz, isn't it? You know, both these teams kind of stepping on each other's toes just a little bit, enough to feel a little bit of pain. But now it is going to be another investment over from the Huns. They're already dealing with that economic battle. Lynn Vision, 4 rounds on the trot. Zeralt will be able to buy himself up. So they've got enough to work with. Of course, they've actually got plenty of utility in tow as well. But yeah, this is Lynn Vision kind of try to steer the ship as best as possible. drive an outcome, because I think we need a clear victor in this one, right? Like, if this goes kind of all the way to another close map, to all the rounds of regulation, it is just going to put a question mark on what we see from the winning team. You know, Atox, they were able to clear house against Tyloo for the most part. And right here, right now, we can't even put the difference between these two. So it's going to be interesting to see what we will into the next series, both the upper and lower brackets. And now Vachil will be able to get that Molotov down Komodo, and he spotted him out. He's just had a look and left him.
Well, Cobra down for the count. Now there's another instance where Kormisu might actually be able to double down over at that B site, but he parks at a minute to go. Are we going to see more CT aggression with no setup, no flash, no assistance? Okay, no, there is a flash. Good. At least it's measured this time.
Certainly is. They get all of that control, and they're actually trying to walk out A main now, and Zaka's so ready for that. But she'll actually go straight back on towards the line, and Zaka, he gets tagged up, but he finds the frags. And now it's all going to have to be onto 9. Repositions accordingly, and they peel away. 30 seconds. Zeralt has a pretty powerful position towards the backer side here, but it does feel like a little bit of a one and done.
The problem is usually this would be smoked off. Nope, Zaka's just gonna swing it and probably quick scope it.
Jeez, man. That's
again
just insane.
I mean, who was it? Bartak earlier on map 1 Inferno. He started with like 10 kills in 4 rounds, right? Zaka is having not the, you know, as good of a start as that, but he's certainly won 2 rounds here of his own shots out of the now 5 that they've gathered.
At least 1 on the exit. But again, I don't think 9 is going to be able to survive the rest of this round. He's playing very cautious to try and take this weapon along. And it will just be the solo M4, you would say, given the loss bonus. I think it's 2,900 now. A little bit over. 3,400. Money up. And again, it just depends on whether or not they actually want to invest. They've got enough to throw the asses together and a little bit of utility, but I don't know. They just need to make sure that they don't lose too many more of these rounds here. Otherwise, Lynn Vision should really be walking away. But again, T-sided map, right? So the questions will go begging.
Yeah, they've got to have the realization and the hunger for this one for the Huns to be able to try and fire that. I mean, historically, they haven't been too bad on their CT side here. It just shows a little bit more strength for Lynn Vision's T side. Some significant damage done, though, to Zaka and westmelon. I like the idea of going through for a bit of a B main pop. But again, I always feel like their plays with the initiative behind them on the Huns are always on the lesser equipped rounds.
Pretty common, you know, just across Counter-Strike, hey? You know, they throw the pistols in there and they're like, let's try something different.
I just would like to see more teams do it with some rifles, because then
it separates
it changes it from, oh my god, what a great play, like with the guns, a great set strategy that works wonders, not the Hail Mary on the half-by, you know?
Yeah, as I was saying, it like really separates, you know, tier 1 to tier 2, right? You know, you'll see teams that are at the top, like your Spirits, like your Vitalities, that will take those risks and take those set plays on the gun rounds. They don't just wait until the pistols come out. It always seems to be for the lesser experienced teams that wait for the pistols to take some risks. But it's 1 for 1, and Amelia's down very, very low, so it's a bit of an awkward battle over towards B. There's 3 here. They are going to have to go all the way through it. They'll have to clear out Bartak from the ruins. Tough round ahead.
There's one. Kormisu down for the count. Now it is just these 3 low players again. The sub 30 seconds. You got to be risky if you're pulling out any utility as Lynn Vision. And Mitch, there's 20 seconds to go. They're rotating.
Yeah. Oh my god, they are. They're just relying on this position here from Amelia, who is 1 point of HP. He hasn't cleared out 9. Who is sitting very happily on towards the site as they rear on up. I don't think anyone's been spotted. 7 seconds, no time. That's the round done. There's no time to get the plan.
Yeah.
And that is just...
Somebody has not researched rotation times on this map for the bomb plant.
Oh, I just think it's bad calls, you know? That's what it seems like. Like, we've seen so many moments throughout this series where just not the whole team of Lynn Vision are on the same page, right? That's a mid-round call from Amelia, who said, guys, let's actually go A. We've lost a member here. And, you know, just not really thinking too hard about it.
They were knocking at the door of the B site.
Oh, yeah.
You can't sub 20 seconds call to rotate when it takes 22 to rotate. Like,
Hey, I'm not arguing with you. Don't you worry about that. I agree. But, you know, hindsight's obviously 2020, and I certainly don't have that vision. It's, yeah, all coming down to just scramble play from Lynn Vision, right? They don't all seem to be on the same page, which you need at this level.
yeah, if it's going to be scrambled, at least make it egg scramble, because then it tastes alright.
Only if it's full of chili.
Debatable.
I wish I could eat eggs in their purest form. Free gains. Just like being at breakfast with Mac.
Yep.
When abroad, just brings a plate of 15 hard-boiled eggs over and smashes them all without question.
Disgusting. Anyways, slow progression for Lynn Vision and exchanging of utility, but no real progressiveness throughout this round at the moment. If you're going in towards this B site, you're still going to go into a pretty hefty fortified duel that you find the first of.
Yeah, westmelon getting that one very, very quickly. Zeralt will respond. And now Zaka. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Bartak getting a couple of big kills and another one found by Call Me Sue. He's had a couple of rough approaches there, but look at this coming through connector now very, very quickly. They have managed to escape and get out towards main. Vachil actually getting that one towards long as well. Sue going down quickly. So this 2v2, very, very winnable, but Starry will make quick work of Vachil. What was that from 9? My God! Surely he wins a round out that way. Yes, he will. That is incredible from 9. Aren't you meant to be an AWPer?
It's just accidentaled him, I swear. Through the flames that he throws and the flash that follows, he taps him through the corner of the wall and then doubles down.
This has been a game of the ages.
I wanted to make some sort of like 30-year-old player joke, but there's no one that old on this roster.
Yeah, you're probably right, now that I think about it.
I think it's like the average age of the Huns is like 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't know for Lynn Vision.
Lynn Vision also not super old either.
Not anymore.
Oh, man. I'm getting old. This game is aging me heavily.
You're aging
Like,
with
it's
it.
just, it's just confusing, right? Like, I've seen both of these teams play at such a strong level, but clearly, you know, it's maybe the, again, online factors, the tech pauses we've been dealing with. Maybe, you know, there's some ping issues. I did hear that there was ping issues for Atox in that previous map for some of the players, but, you know, they still managed to walk away with a victory over Tyloo. Tyloo's still dealing with woes right now, trying to find their full 5.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Tyloo legacy of 2018 needs to be revived, is all I'm saying.
Some good bowling, but not quite a strike at the moment. Vachil down to 1 HP. Where is the flash? Where is the smoke? Impact kill. Unfortunately for Lynn Vision, they don't have that information secured. So they don't know how low Vachil is able to survive holding Norp. So he'll still be fashioning good play. Meanwhile, some stalling utility thrown across the map between the Huns in mid, in amongst the A main. Good deep smoke, actually, at the right timing, too. 30 seconds. Lynn Vision are just going to have to try and disrespect this util now.
Yeah, they are. Vachil 1 HP, Zeralt quick on the flank. Maybe he's able to find something here. westmelon, obviously with that opening, but he's taken down very, very low as well. But they're overlooking 9's position. He's in the corner. He's been able to drop the bomb. 15 seconds. It's awkward now. They can get the smoke down. They can continue to try and find this fight inside the molly. It's awkward. There's just no time. There's no time to do anything. Komodo, I can't watch anymore. I can't look. It's just, it hurts.
Where is the bomb? Why is the bomb rotating by themselves when you've seen 2 flashbangs, a Molotov, and a smoke thrown at A main? Why is there no assistance to help him get through? I do not understand the calling in the mid-round from Lynn Vision at the moment. We have had 3 very late bad calls so far.
That's called the first tactical timeout from Lynn Vision too.
I will say from the Huns, they probably have to be laughing at how they're closing out these rounds because
exactly.
They don't have to do much. In the beginning, they're throwing standard utility, maybe having a bit of a peek out either mid or B main currently, sometimes down through E-box as well. Mid round, they're just chucking some smokes here or there, a couple of flames. Late rounds, well, it's just gun up because Lynn Vision are, tripping over their own feet.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? Like, the only reason I'm being so critical about Lynn Vision is because even with the change, like even losing G, swapping over for Call Me Sue, it seems weird because Call Me Sue's obviously alone on an island. I haven't seen much of this player. He's been trying to, find those picks. So he has died solo a fair few times, but it's the rest of the team that is disappointing me in the way of how they're playing out this map, right? They've had some brilliant moments. Like all members are actually hitting some shots, but again, the mid-round calling, I think you've just hit the nail on the head about how poor it has been and what question marks are coming through. We know that there's been tech pauses. We know that there was some communication issues. So, yeah, I don't know. I just can't put my finger on it. I'm just trying to ride this proverbial wave of confusing Counter-Strike as we move on to the last 2 rounds of the half.
And again, on the back of that timeout, it is going to be the call for the investment from Lynn Vision. With lesser weaponry and lesser utility, though, I'm surprised it isn't something a little bit faster for them, where they literally have just been plagued by relying too much on their own utility and stumbling to try and get any space around the map. I would have much rather seen a wiser half buy and then a decent buy-in towards the last round of the half. Spotto from 9, though. Recognizing that he might be overwhelmed by himself. Yep, he wants to at least recoup with the team for something, or at least give the guys over at A now a call that he can try and do something.
They've let them through camera pretty easily here. If
he's
Vachil's
behind
actually
him,
going to try and
him.
get forward, Zaka does find 9, so it's something here. But again, it's just going to be on that position of Amelia. How does he play this? He just needs to bait out the information for as long as possible. They seem to be somewhat aware of it, but how long do they want to leave this? How much information does he want to go? Surely Amelia is just calling right now that he's heard plenty of footsteps, but that was the roll. So patient. Very, very nicely done, because now they have to try and get in towards this main position. All members coming from the flank right now. The utility will start to rain through main, but westmelon picking up another frag and just closing house. So there you go. A much better approach there from Lynn Vision. They pick up the pace, they move straight through camera, and all Amelia had to do with that Tech 9, he didn't have to get a single kill. He just had to funnel the information over and keep the Huns interested, and that's what he did. So Lynn Vision, they will find 6 here. Zeralt not going to be going down. But it's still anyone's game here.
Yeah.
Again, this map is still meant to be T-sided in its current state.
Oh, nearly getting the kill at the end there. But, I mean, for Lynn Vision, they just gave themselves a bit of breathing room. There's just a little bit of extra time that they actually managed to work with this time, right? They're not actually just stumbling to try and get into the site to get the bomb plant down. They do that with enough time to then focus on where the gaps are. Well, they don't have control of A main. Put some numbers to watch over towards that one. There's someone wrapping mid because, it's a position that they could find some timing, right? 9, I thought, was actually going to find the timing, but it was good to see that Zaka, I believe it was, turned at the right time. Whoever it was, good timing for them to be able to do that. And Lynn Vision, still, for all the, faults that they've had in this half so far, have still fashioned a decent half to get it at least tied, and now maybe extended.
Up close and personal. Westmelon's going to be able to do something. This is the pacing that, where has this been?
Literally.
Right? Where has something as simple as this been? The El Clasico of just pulling out a MAC-10 and going for something different. Going for a little bit of a change in pace. They've completely flushed out the Huns here. And Lynn Vision, they surely should be locking in a 7th round here. Zeralt is so far away. Cobra 0 and 9 struggling from the high heavens here.
Amelia and Komisud both have HEs as well.
They can just continue to barrage down with that utility, right? Yeah, tagging Zeralt and Cobra 0 down to half. Zaka going to make it all work. And there it is. 9 will be able to walk away with 2 Komodo. But that is a 7th round closed here for Lynn Vision at the halftime break. Chat, are we back? Because I don't really have an answer for you at this point in time. It's been a very confusing affair between these two teams in Lynn Vision and the Huns. And with the half coming to a close, 7-5, there was a little mini resurgence there at the end for Lynn Vision. But again, at the end of the day, I can't quite put my finger on who's going to win this one and who I actually think deserves to win this one, given how it's all kind of gone so far.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we're stacking them on up because we didn't even see the Tai Lu game, are we just saying as well, like, oh, the winner can win here, the loser will probably still beat Tai Lu? Like, I don't even know if we're in that realm at the moment because
bro, we might even be in the position where like, the winner gets, like, the loser gets stomped by Tai Lu. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It
like,
could be either way, right?
Tai Lu is also one of those teams that will just recognize these, like, weaknesses probably a lot quicker than Lynn Vision or the Huns have been able to do, and they will punish you because, I mean, there's not been any bad manners. They've been around a lot longer. They just know that stuff.
Yeah.
With age comes wisdom. And
some would say that. I'm still stupid as hell, so... I'm not any smarter, but I certainly know when to shut up now and just do as I'm told. I think that's been the learning in my 30s these days. Still get to cast CS, which is nice. But a slow start to the round here from Lynn Vision. Yeah. Right, they are postured up towards mid. They've got those Julies.
Zerold could just waltz in towards the A site and play with Amelia's emotions here.
He doesn't know that, though. No. Seems to be pulling away quickly.
And he's seen no utility over there either. You know, does it make you think that there's a stack? Does it make you think that they're starting to push somewhere else around the map? Nobody has had any sort of handshake. How do you do at the moment? We're about to, though.
Yeah, it's about to happen. Think up onto westmelon immediately, but are they going to not clear the corner as a result, or will they just march on in? Well, look, maybe Nine just decides to get the 3K, but westmelon, the reload, it's late. And he was 2 points of HP anyway now, all left onto Starry in the 1 versus 3. He's found the right location on the map. Where do they choose to go with this? If he walks in, if he splits the timing, but no, he's caught by Cobra Zira. And the Huns they put down the foot at the start of the T side, Komodo.
Yeah, the usual B side player too, if I'm not mistaken, Starry there. So a wiser idea for the Huns to recognize that situation. I don't know why in my head I just thought it was Lynn Vision getting that round. Anywho, good pistol, good patience. I think more importantly from the Huns in the beginning, and then able to just capitalize on the numbers still. Winning out with them Glorks in mid. There's a late force up from Lynn Vision here, though.
Interesting position to find yourself in. I mean, look, forcing into this round makes a hell of a lot of sense. But, of course, again, you know, do you allow that tied scoreline to happen? Then, of course, Huns will likely take the lead as they have to forgo the guns and deal with the USPs. But it's, again, a slow approach here from the Huns. They've walked their way through mid. They've got it for free. They will be able to start to have a creep up towards a main.
Just hopefully not seeing them waste too much of the time here.
It's going to be a live duel now. Completely dry, completely solo, no utility needed. It's just 9 to open up. And now this rotation to come around for Call Me Sue. It's certainly going to be awkward, especially with no supporting players around him. No utility to try and fight this fight. They're just going to wait for that rotation. But in the process, Zeralt and Bartak, they just completely murk the team. So it's all left onto just Call Me Sue. And they should be surely watching that heaven smoke. Yes, they will. And 9 does get tagged very, very low. But he'll be able to see through another round for the Huns. 7-7, scoreline tied up. Huns should very well take the lead here. But again, they just are so hesitant. You know, neither of these teams have been looking confident to go for a quicker pace round. It's just been so slow. Limited utility, just kind of creeping around the map and hoping for contact.
And that was the force-up round as well for Lynn Vision, squandered. So an opportunity for the Huns to start to take control of this map after their big efforts to even get us here in the first place, right? 5-0 stack from Lynn Vision over at the A site at the moment. The Huns are going to see that nobody's home over at the B site and just call an audible. No one's here. They're stacking. Let's just get the plant. Let's actually first get the bomb over here, Cobra, and not run into the pistols. That's probably option number 1. And then it'll be clean up.
Tapping away. If they can find something here, it might be nice. But again, just with the free plant in, it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath. I think Lynn Vision are pretty happy to just wait and patiently see if anyone will walk straight into their crosshairs. But yeah, again, the Huns are playing a very, very slow exit here. You know, Zach is very, very low from that earlier exchange. And the rest of them, well, they've switched sides, you know. They're happy to just sit in the T-spawn. And once again, hope that something does come their way. Zeralt's actually dinked up. They only got the P250. I mean, 4 HP between the two of them. Bartak's going to get baited. Or at least bait Zaka into submission there, sorry. And another round where we've needed basically the entire round to secure anything. And 9 players are alive as the bomb does detonate.
That's a lot of cash in the pockets of everybody here on the server right now, but who is it going to continue to keep for? Of course, the Huns will have a couple more buys in their back pocket too, so they set themselves up quite nicely at the beginning stages of this map. Now's the real time to see the meat and potatoes of what Lynn Vision's defensive side ability does have, right? And I say that because the AWP is in the hands of Zaka, the utility's all there, there's at least a kit in the back pocket of Zaka. But I kind of just want to see how they're meandering around the map, how their rotations are being played out, what are they drawing out from the Huns. Early stages, it's just a respect of the incendiary over at A main. You're going to wait it out outside E-box as well. But you have foregone everything at mid, so you have to have your head on a swivel if you're the newest addition to this roster in Call Me Sue. That's a lot of a priority on your shoulders right now.
They've got mid completely for free here. Call Me Sue, you see the panic. He did manage to spot the cross. But as now they move away from camera, they reposition accordingly. They're actually going to try and wrap in towards the B side here. This is awkward. I don't really know if the Huns are going to be able to get away with this one. It's got to be onto the timing for westmelon, but Zeralt does find him. And now Vachil, so patient over towards that side of A. They are completely separated. They've changed places. Bartak can just keep them interested. He will somehow manage to get some damage out. Call Me Sue found. And once again, you know, they're going towards this position where 9 might be able to get the spot. He does drop Zaka. They can't overlook Amelia here. They need to get on towards this site. 30 seconds. They've got the time. And it's done. The Huns with a very unorthodox approach should be securing their 9th for free here.
They certainly went on a holiday around the map, didn't they? And they're rewarded for their leisurely time. The stroll netting them 4 players surviving. And they might even find Starry as well, trying to invade on their holiday. Back in the stands. Is it his time?
Certainly not the Prince of Persia today, mate.
Then he falls too. What a sensational round from the Huns.
Oh, again, I don't even know if I can call it sensational. Like, I mean, they converted. They hit the shots. They found the timings, but they just spent like 70 seconds walking dry up mid with no utility. They walk into Temple. They get into CT. And then they somehow get a bunch of kills for free and close out the round.
And that just shows you the gap in Lynn Vision spacing around the CT side. They don't have any decisive reads or recognition.
Lackluster.
Yeah, 100%.
Just nothing of interest, nothing of engagement coming out from a team that I very, very highly rate normally.
Why are they doing this on their pistol round? westmelon is pushed out on this lean towards A. They now get the information that everything's at B, but I don't think you got the defense to hold this down. Or maybe you do. I don't know. What do I know?
This is the round that they'll win, right? You know, they shouldn't. But Call Me Sue will be able to hit a shot. Taken very, very low. That Molotov should surely make it uncomfortable. They are able to get the smoke down quick enough, though. So once again, they all will still wait in position. Every single member of Lynn Vision is here. Zeralt will find Zaka. And now Call Me Sue, very, very low. Does do some further damage onto Vachil here. But it is going to be another shot from 9. Amelia taken down. They will be able to recover that bomb. And they do have enough time to rotate all the way around. westmelon's picked up the M4, and he will try and be the linchpin here. But I think the Huns can just park it. They don't even need to over-rotate. They can just wait.
One of the benefits of having the time on their side here, the Huns, in terms of their eagerness to go to the B site to start things off. And just having the time. 30 seconds to go. Though now in a 2 versus 2 as westmelon dispatches of 9. Does make things a little bit more achievable for Lynn Vision on what may very well be a retake, though if they leave it too late, Call Me Sue, he just needs 1. 10 seconds.
Patience is a virtue. Timing.
They're not watching him.
Yeah, he just gets this, doesn't he? Oh!
5,
no time.
4,
no time.
3, no
Round's
time.
Done. Just...
Are you kidding me? Why are we so weak and scared of the pistolas?
Oh, Dion. Look, we've casted a fair bit of Asian CS together. I think I've probably got more of a tenure, but in all my time, no matter what level of Counter-Strike I've approached in this region, this is, concerning, I suppose, for who's going to be playing up next. You know, I'm hoping that both Tyloo and Atox are watching along, licking their lips right now.
Yeah, I think that's a benefit to say. Atox, congratulations.
No. And look, the crazy part is, right, you know, none of these teams are eliminated off the back of this. You know, they still will have another chance, and there is that upper and lower bracket to play through.
Yeah, well, that Molotov actually kind of helps him to still buy enough time to get out of dodge.
Mate, he's gotten into dodge. He's jumped on the racetrack there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Vachil actually has an opportunity to find the right timing in this round to be able to call to the team to rotate back on over. Currently, it is just Amelia there with Flash and a HE. And he has to watch 2 angles through mid and through main. Silence, though, falls on the server. And with Serault meeting up with them, this certainly does feel like it is going to be a pivot towards this A site. You technically don't even need to explode with your util that you do have, but you've got it. So you can go in with a flash over with some smokes. You can go for an execute here and leave 9 with the AWP, who, by the way, is on 20 kills to just have a field day.
Why not? I think a few different individuals have kind of had their moments throughout this series. 9 was looking very good on Dust2. Now as that utility comes in, you know, again, there's a level of hesitation here from the Huns. They will wait ever so patiently with all that utility going out now. Amelia's going to try and buy the additional time. This time, though, the Huns will give themselves enough time to plant.
A single smoke, though, for the retake for westmelon. On the A site, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Patience now. Everyone's sitting completely still. 9 watching all the way through A main with that AWP, and now as they start to creep around, the wrapping on towards the site, they have spotted some information, but they're all not in the best spots. This is 9 in a 1vx.
Alrighty.
And Starry will get the defuse. So I'm going to say good retake, but the Huns kind of made that a little bit too easy for them.
And that's the kind of approach that I want to take in that, because the one position that you can push in that scenario to upset it is the one position that Lynn Vision actually do. Straight down the stairs, you get 3 isolated one-on-one fights, because there's, you know, you've got the box protecting you for the trade from the site, and you can stretch out to main. Like, they do that retake quite successfully with no utility. Still doesn't forgive for the pistol round.
No.
Starry open.
Starry. Man, this will be the thing, right? You know, out of nowhere, Lynn Vision will just be like, all right, actually, we've had enough. We want to win now. They just got 2 picks straight out of nowhere.
The same thing, though, the Huns could also kind of say that and run away with the map now. So.
Yeah. Well, they did that on Dust 2, right? We were sitting there going, yeah, game's done, 12-7, all right. You know, we'll pack her up. We'll wait until that 9:30 position. So this is when the second series was meant to start with like a 1-hour buffer.
Oh, bro, we would have had like, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours.
I think we genuinely would have had at least an hour minimum to think about the next game, and also just giving even the players a bit of a rest, right?
Yep.
But that's okay. So the Huns, they've gone back to this default where they just choose to shift walk around the map. They're playing a very, very lack of confidence approach. But they've gone the long way around, and I think off the back of it, there's been a little bit of speed from Starry. So even if they do find the site here, the flank should be good enough.
Well, you would think so. There is a double up high-low for Amelia and Call Me Sue.
Very nicely done.
Yep. Yeah. 20 seconds. You ain't in, and 9 will die to the flank. No, he will sharply shoot. He is fragging this game. There is just minimal impact in the rounds that they're actually needing to win.
Well, as I said, right, you know, a position where the Huns, they are now onto a full eco, right? I mean, look, Cobra Zero and Bartak are probably going to buy up some techies or maybe a Galil each or something like that. I really hope that's not real, Vachil. They're going to call attack timeout, which is appropriate to do. But, yeah, 9 sitting there, 22-9. Still only 89 ADR somehow off the back of that. And the rest of the team, all negative except Zeralt. But I suppose, you know, not much more could be said for Lynn Vision, who are also having a bit of a lackluster one. westmelon somehow 14-8. Zach is reasonably reactivated. Starry's had a couple of moments, but again, you know, I just can't quite put my finger on why this game is so strange. And I think it partially just comes from the fact that they're playing it so slow. And I wonder, like, I'm hoping for the sake of both of these teams in the public eye that, you know, there has just been some tech issues that's causing some dramas, right? Because they've completely changed their pacing, their tempo. It's just been a game of the times.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a wishy-washy one. But let's see now if Lynn Vision are going to be able to extend out and maybe find a good lead. These sort of rounds, you're going to see Vachil and 9 try and set up some utility to provide a way in for these rifles to go and do the stuff where I'm looking at it objectively and I'm thinking, why doesn't 9 have one of these guns? Why isn't he the one that's going to be able to take these duels if he's fragging so hard so far?
Good opening. So at least there's something to work with. Starry will get 2 back, though. They line up very, very nicely, and the anti-flash is decent, but for Chill, we'll be able to get that one back. So it's a 3 versus 3. Utility does start to barrel down. They should very well find that bomb plant here. Obviously, Zeralt, again, with not a hell of a lot to work with. So it's an interesting round where, you know, the Huns have found way more than they expected. But there's that frag onto Chill. But now moving through, 9 does actually manage to get that one onto westmelon. It's awkward. It's strange. It's 9 all on his lonesome. Call Me Sue has to try and clutch this round out. 1 versus 2, and the smoke will go down. It's going to bait him into submission here. Again, I just don't really know what we can expect from this one. The Huns surely should be finding this round. Bomb still dropped, though. And Call Me Sue's so nervous as to how he approaches this. He is going to start to walk out the temple now. Oh, no, he's actually going to wait out the smoke.
They got a molly.
He's got out, but he's made sound. And now they're swinging onto it. Call Me Sue, 1. Should be able to find some further damage. They try to slot in towards Connector, and he's just going to get swung and done. 9 with a pretty incredible 3K there, Komodo. 25 and 9, and the Huns have tied it up 10 to 10. I don't know what to tell you, man.
This is why I'm saying, why aren't you just giving him a gun? He is literally the raid boss in this game, and they can't defeat him with a full party. They went in with 2 AKs, 2 flashes, and 2 smokes, and the Huns just win that round. It is ridiculous. And I think the Vision know that as well.
I'm just breathing deep, my guy.
They call a pause here. They've at least got the affordance of another gun round to come forward. Yeah, albeit Amelia down on towards MP9. Can they make the proper gun round, though, look as powerful and potent as they do with these lesser guns? With these rounds that should not be one that they're winning. Because if they can do that, you get more confidence as a viewer. If we start to see either the Huns or Lynn Vision really fine-tune these rifle rounds, it looks better for everybody. I like the change up though from him. Straight up the guts of mid. Amelia gonna get caught with utility in hand. Somehow managing to find one, make it the double. Oh my lord.
Missed shot from Zaka, making it a little bit more uncomfortable here. 9 is going to be the one to keep the eye on as per usual. They're rotating all the way around. They're obviously playing from the disadvantage here, the Huns. And as that bomb is still in the hands of 9, they are going to look to get it planted. And how do they set up this post plant? We saw a very, very rough looking post plant from the Huns previously, but now as that utility does start to come out, Cobra Zero is going to be able to find one, but Call Me Sue does get the trade back. Now up in heaven for Chill. Watching the line firmly. 9 is going to have them dunked on the head. Goomba stomp there. Call Me Sue, but for Chill, 1 versus 3. He's on the defuse, trying to get it done. Call Me Sue, he's found it. Oh my god.
No bullets. He's got to reload or change guns. He can't hot potato on the one on the floor. Nearly the 1 versus 3. But yeah, I mean, the difference maker that makes it happen, where Amelia starts off, he gets 2 with the MP9. Had he got 1, could have been a different story. Could have been another T alive. Play over at the fountain, on the pillar, set up some utility. You never know. You never know. But for Lynn Vision, they get 1 step closer to round number 12. And probably taking the biggest sigh of relief that this series is done. Because you know that's what's going to happen to whoever wins.
Is it?
I'd like to hope.
Tactical timeout completed. The Huns have used it all. And Lynn Vision with the firm lead. The investment is going to come out. It's going to be Galil's Mac 10 idea prospered, but Zeralt's actually going for that AK. It's only going to be Bartak on the Techie, 9 on the Mac 10. But where does he take it? Again, you know, 9 has had that confidence behind him. He's nearing on 30 frags. But I think it's going to be one of those moments again where we go all the way of regulation. But Zeralt opens up the bank account nicely.
Yeah.
Now Zaka has to try and find something. The utility does start to barrel out. But how long is he going to be able to hold this? They are trying to make their way around this smoke right now. It's awkward, but Call Me Sue gets one. Will it be a second? No, it's 9 with the run and gun. And now Amelia coming in towards the connector. How much time can he buy? He's going to give away his position with the Molotov. And I think that's basically just done in the round. It's another one where you wouldn't be expecting the Huns to find it, but that's the thing about the pace change. At least the Huns were able to run out confidently, take that control. Zeralt with the opening 2. And it's going to be tied scoreline again here, Komodo.
9 just having no care in the world as well. Team's gone in. Zeralt's got 2 kills. Oh, whatever. I got a Mac 10. I won't bait my team. I'll just go with them and still get a kill. I'm leading 27 kills in this server. I'm not given gun priority, but I'm still going to make it work with what I've got. And I just cannot believe that the Huns are doing what they're doing right now. I also cannot believe that Lynn Vision are doing what they're doing right now. And we are having full rounds of regulation again for our map in this series. We were joking, by the way, folks, that this game was going to end something like a 19-17.
Yeah, what did we say? 2 overtimes?
Yeah, we're on that trajectory. 3rd time out used now.
Well.
Starry Mag 7.
And attack timeout. So that's going to be all of them used. So again, this game has been taken the absolute length. So we are 4 hours and 15 minutes into a MR12 best of 3 that's only had a single overtime.
Yep. Feels good,
look,
man.
again, if it was anywhere where this was going to happen, it was going to be
That's true.
the Asian region.
That's very true. So, let's see if one of these teams is actually going to be able to win in regulation or not, because this is a very big gamble for Lynn Vision, who have been on the wrong end of these lesser equipped rounds. They had the better guns, and they've been losing more of them at the CT side affairs that they hold here. So let's see if they can actually answer back with one, because if they don't, Mitch, well, they're not really playing with too much in the next round, are they?
We expect in a change up from this round. Forward thinking, everything invested for Lynn Vision. Just going to be on to that swag 7 for Starry inside the connector. He is double pumped with his teammate of Call Me Sue, who is actually playing a decent game, just again a little bit isolated in some of these fights. Now the utility goes over. The Chill does try to clear the initial mark, and now they just have to run straight into the flames here. It's awkward. westmelon very much caught into a bit of an island. Same with Zaka, taken very, very low. 50 seconds left.
Yeah, a bit of a reset. No real headroom made over towards B main either. So does that incentivize you to just stick around this A site? Yeah, you still got a little bit of this utility as well for the Huns, that if they wanted to materialize a proper execute, they could. But that's an overextension, actually, from Zaka. Wanting to get risky with it out through A main, leaving just Amelia. Oh, but for Starry, okay, Mag 7, good for 1. Maybe a double.
Oh,
nah.
Maybe over-investing there a little bit as 9 does take down Starry. So they're going to try and make this happen. They're going to try and make this work. But it's going to be all onto Amelia with the M4 in position. He gets 1, but he's traded by Vachil. And with 9 taking down westmelon, Komodo. I can't believe I'm saying it, but the Huns have got map and series point here.
And that is literally on the back of winning Dust2 from a 12-7 deficit. 5 rounds in a row to put it into an overtime, winning that one, and then going through this absolute slog of a map as well, with all of the strange, weird rounds that we've had. And on the back of losing that round there for Lynn Vision as well, Mitch, they are playing with pistols and utility. In fashion, though, they probably win this one. So
yeah, I was about to say, can you settle down, right? You know, this is Lynn Vision's round to this is the Huns. No, sorry, this is Lynn Vision's round to lose. That's what I was trying to say. They win this every day of the week. Because again, it is just like The Huns, they spread out, they go to their default, they sit still for about 50, 60 seconds, and then maybe they decide to use some utility. Yeah, that's the problem. How is it working?
Yeah. 9, again, you know, I'll highlight him here, having a belter of a map. He's one away from a 30 bomb here. Still, the vision, just going to be poised to refresh some utility. They kind of got to, because they need to bring these jewels into close proximity with these little pistols. Nobody on the B side is going to budge whatsoever, but they might actually get capitalized upon if they do wait. This is where they might capitulate, though.
Utility out. Starry. Oh, my God. Spotted out very, very quickly. 9 able to find the opening. 40 seconds. Time ticking. 9. And Zaka. He's going to be the man to fall. Westmelon does get some damage onto Zeralt, but as 9 finds another 31 frags. Komodo, the bomb is still a little while away, and they are going to walk it around. Call Me Sue has to try and be the hero that nobody deserves right now. If he can slip the net, if he can find the timing, but no, 9 is ready for it. This man will not go down, and my God, Komodo, it's done. It's done, everybody. We can go home. Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it. We're leaving. See ya.
Yeah, what a series that was. Not gonna lie. There are so many rounds in that series that you can't